And we're in. Hello?
Hi. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. They come back?
After a year.
Oh, yeah.
The Larkison lads.
Yeah. There's no one in at the moment yet, but yeah, we're gonna get started with the swooning. What? Swooning Stan. No.
Swooning Over Stans.
Swooning Over Stans. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna set up our.
My name is Hex. Now with 100% less Red Bull.
That's true. Been on a detox for quite some time now.
No, that's not true. I drank Red Bull all last week. I was so stressed.
God damn it. Hex.
Yeah. trying to sort that tournament out freaked me out so much. I had Red Bull like every day. And that was after not having Red Bull all year.
Poonruff says this is going to be awkward if your name is Stan.
I didn't even think about that. Good old road trips, full of promise and ripe with potential for adventure, soul-searching, and incredible scenery. I don't know what's pushing out. A, maybe?
Yeah, I think you go with the A's. Also, hi Grunkle.
Hi!
Welcome to the stream.
Or at least, that's what you thought before the novelty wore thin.
That was
Now-
a hacker.
Hi! Your legs are cramping up, you're exhausted, you've exhausted your travel playlist 2 times over, and your stomach is begging for something to eat. On top of that, you're pretty sure you're lost. If I've exhausted my travel playlist 2 times over, that means I've been driving for 15 minutes.
That's not too bad.
Because my travel playlist is the same 3 songs on repeat. For hours.
Yeah. And it's all BTS.
Not all of it.
From my experience, it's all BTS.
It's not though. You only remember the BTS
Oh,
song.
no.
Because you only remark on the BTS song.
No, I'm sorry, and the Liar song.
The Liar song?
Oh, oh, over and over again, and then it's not Video Called the Radio Star.
No, it's Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, why?
Who is not BTS, incidentally.
Yeah,
the only
okay, that's
songs
the only
that
exception.
you comment on my playlist, because all the others just go right through your mind like nothing's happening, are the BTS ones. The ones where you're expecting it to be one song and then you get excited and then it's not that song. Because you did the same thing with that cover of Breathless, where you were like, what is this? Other songs deeply offend you. And the ones where you can make a really stupid joke about the lyrics you've misheard.
So basically what you're saying is BTS and just disappointment.
Well, at least you didn't file BTS under disappointment. That would have got you a smack, boy. Alright.
Cal says we stand Hex's playlist.
Thank you. Same. Driving through I was actually going to listen to a song to hype me up, but then you lost your phone, and I had to phone your phone, and I couldn't play music, so I listened to my hype up song as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Let's all take turns to guess where Lark left his phone. Closest guess wins. Driving through Oregon paints a picture of trees and more trees, especially on the endless winding roads that you're taking up north. All that breaks the pattern is the sign that zips past, the words that you're just able to make out. Gravity Falls.
Dun, dun, dun.
The road continues on, giant redwoods looming on both sides. You find yourself anticipating something. Because, as you drive on, you can feel it. Something strange is bound to happen here. I feel like that all the time. Something weird. And that's when it happens. Your car picks up speed. The change came out of nowhere, and you quickly put your foot on the brakes. But horrifyingly, the car seems to be driving on its own willpower.
Good God.
Trying to stay calm despite the panic welling in your chest, you pull the emergency brake. I would never do that. You should not. Rather try to steer. If you just slam on the handbrake at that speed, my God. Think of the children.
Poor children.
Only to find the car resists and keeps moving forward like something's pulling it. The car begins to rattle. The wheels screech against the country road, and you're screaming until... Crash! We should have been radio DJs.
We should have.
Oh, what a cute art style.
Yeah. It's kind of like Gravity Falls, but... You know.
Nothing's happening. Oh, there we go. There's smoke. Why is there smoke? You cough, fumble for the door, and manage to undo the lock just before the door is wrenched outward and you grasp something landing on your shoulders. That definitely said grasp. I thought it should have been gasp, but I'm certain I read grasp, and I said grasp,
The grasp happened.
but I feel like it should have been gasp.
I wonder if this game got edited.
But yeah, no, they have to. I mean, do you remember that game we did for that game jam?
Oh yeah,
Every time I play it, I find a new typo,
that's true.
and it breaks my heart
It really, really does.
because I could not be asked to go back and fix it.
No, I know.
Are you alright? Oh, it's you. A man stands at your... Bring me the other old man. A man stands at your open car door, his hand on your shoulder. Wait, it's so unlike Ford to care about another human being.
Maybe he thinks there's some kind of anomaly in your car or something.
Oh, there you go. Oh, his hand on your shoulder leaves to tilt your head up and he pulls a flashlight from his coat, shining it in your eyes. That's fucking rude. 2 blinks and he lets your chin go. If I only blink twice with a flashlight shining directly in my eyes, I'm an alien. That's why he's interested. Got it.
Yeah, you
Now we
figured it
get
out. Also, Pixel just booed in.
Yay!
Cal wants to know how they didn't know that we had a Twitter. I didn't know we had a Twitter.
We've got all the social medias, we just never use them. You have a Twitter. Your Twitter used to be very funny and then you forgot you had it.
I think I have 2 Twitters,
There you go.
personally, but
You did all the socials, dude.
yeah.
It's just, none of us are really good at any of the socials.
Yeah, that's a good point. Right.
I dart over the rest of you looking for injuries. Still stunned, all you do is watch. Feeling a little invasive, actually. I wouldn't, and oh my god, I just realized that I'm dressed matching to him.
Aw, look at you two.
No!
Samesies.
I'm only here for Stan. The best Grunkle. What's my name? Regular person.
Okay, what do you want me to type in?
Hex.
Okay.
Or we can take votes on the name, but Hex seems to... Are you just gonna... Oh, the H on my keyboard doesn't always work. You have to like smack it, repeat it. But just really get in there, buddy.
It's not working.
You have to just keep like hitting it and eventually an H will come up. Maybe.
Come on.
There's a possibility. Could happen.
Come on.
Or you could just plug my keyboard in. That's not my keyboard.
How married are you to the name X?
That's not my keyboard. I've said that 3 times. That keyboard is not gonna speak to that computer. My keyboard's on my desk.
I don't know the energy for this.
Well, I don't have another name for you. Because the L key doesn't work either.
Why?
I told you it gets there eventually.
There you go, regular X. How's that?
Sure, why not? My pronouns, she, her. Oh, I can choose those.
Thanks for asking. Says 2 Twitters. Too many Twitters.
That's so true.
And Carl says, yes, hi, my name is Regular Person.
Regular Hex, I'm Stanford Pines. Ford for short. I would shake your hand, but you look shaken up enough as it is. Yeah, because you were like groping me earlier. I don't know what to say to you. Also, my car crashed. If that kind of shit happens all the time. You seem fine as far as I can tell, but you shouldn't head back out there anytime soon. Where on earth were you driving in such a hurry? None of your business, old man. You open your mouth to explain when a voice calls from inside the house.
You want me to, like, read one of the dialogues still?
No, because I think that will only make this very uncomfortable for both of us.
That is, yeah, that's a very good point, okay. We get it.
Poindexter, this better not be one of your experiments again. I've had this place rebuilt too many times too. I thought he called him Boy Dexter.
Poindexter is generally what, like, I always find that turns out how it's spelled, even though, like,
What is it?
it always sounds like Boy Dexter.
Then what does it mean?
Poindexter is a word. I have no idea what it means, but I have encountered it many times before.
I'm sure you have.
That's very rude, but very accurate.
Well, Well, he looks great.
Doesn't he?
Oh, I don't understand why he's not wearing his fez. Which is, that better not be a spoiler for the end of. By the way, guys, I'm playing this Gravity Falls dating sim, having not actually watched Weird Mageddon, so I haven't finished Gravity Falls. I watched all of Gravity Falls except the 2 most important episodes.
Hashtag no spoilers. God, why that hashtag?
Because you have 2 Twitters. That's
Yeah,
what
no,
happens.
that's where 2 Twitters gets me.
That's how it happens.
Also, Carl says the fact that stands can be LGBTQ plus. I never know if you say the plus.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's really what gets me here. Gunup says Poindexter, a boringly studious and socially inept person.
I see. That's why you've heard it so many times.
And Carl says that the ending was amazing, but that's all I'm gonna discuss. He didn't. Carl didn't say anymore, but that's all I'm gonna say in general.
I assume it will be. That's why I haven't watched it yet. You know how I am. I haven't finished Parks and Rec. I haven't finished Doctor Who. I stopped watching Doctor Who.
No.
I haven't finished Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries. I've still got 1 episode left of that for emergencies. And now the movie's out, which I helped kickstart, but then I got the email address wrong, so I never got my poster from the Kickstarter. And now it's been 3 years, and I'm too embarrassed to ask them for it. So I'll never get my poster for the Kickstarter, but at least there's a movie. But now every time I hear about the movie, I think about that. It makes me just a little bit sad instead of just a little bit happy.
Okay. Well, if it helps.
But anyway, don't spoil Gravity Falls.
Well, if it helps at all, Gunup says apparently the Poindexter is from Felix the Cat. So, I mean, there's that, which is nice.
From what?
Felix the Cat.
Uh-huh.
You know, that creepy cat clock that actually turned out to have an entire life as a famous cartoon character that I've never seen. Somehow. In all my life. It really worries me, if I'm quite honest.
I've seen it. He's always following you around.
What?
The owner of the voice out that walks out of the house and stops Slackjawed at the side of your car in the side. What? At the side of your car in the side of, you're guessing, his house. Oh. That's the sentence that makes more sense if you read it through to the end before trying to read it out loud.
That upsets me. They should have reworded that entire thing.
No. You know, I don't, again. Do you remember how bad the writing was?
Yeah, I know. But Alex Hirsch has seen this.
Yeah.
Alex.
And he said it was excellent.
I know, that's true.
It's good. It's just grammatically questionable.
Yeah.
You must have hit your head earlier because you could swear you're seeing double. They don't look alike. One of them is clearly much cooler than the other.
The one with the gold chain for old man.
Damn right.
The magazine.
Sweet Moses Ford, you've done it this time. What? This had nothing to do with me. I was testing my magnet gun and... I must have pulled this victim of circumstance into our house. I suppose it is entirely my fault. I'm incredibly sorry. Here's a fun fact, Ford. It is literally always entirely your fault, from my general experience. All the woes can be traced back to you selfish douchebag.
Gunup says the show's from the 60s. I feel like you're allowed to have not watched it. Bar and humbug. I feel bad enough that I've missed out on Oswald the Lucky Rabbit's fame. Thank you very much. He was a treasure, and Walt abandoned him.
Is that really creepy rabbit?
It's not creepy.
That other one that's always following you around.
No, that one's George. Carl says, oh my god, that reminds me, in the German version of Gravity Falls, the voice actress for Wendy got changed in the last episode, and I don't know why. There could be a couple of reasons, but when I heard it, I was like, huh?
Oh, that would really throw me off.
Yeah, that would kind of suck. That upsets me.
Well, I don't really want to reassure him, but I'm a polite person, and I'm also not going to cry in front of him. Reassure yourself. Listen, guys, I think I know these 2 men well enough to know which one I'm supposed to pick if I want to woo Grunkle Stan.
That's a good point.
But I'm going to be true to my personality and be unerringly polite, even though I think this man's an idiot.
You don't think, Grunkle Stan would be okay with you reassuring yourself?
And you know what he is? So you mean Grunkle Forward? No, Grunkle Stan would love it if I reassured myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 100% how you go his route, because you just react the same way he did.
Yeah.
Would. But I gotta be polite.
Alright.
Unsure of why you're reassuring this mystery man who wrecked your car, you give an awkward shrug. It's alright? No, I must have done something wrong. A wire mix-up, perhaps, or a potentiometer. They're talking about your other mistakes, Sixer.
I read that as a potato master. I just want to put that out
I
there.
would love a potato master. I am a potato master.
You are the potato master.
I'm not that good at cooking potatoes, which I know is like... Why did you make this coffee so weird?
Wow. You're the hurt master.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you for reminding me of what I'm good at. Oh, right. Hey, look, it's fine, alright. Sure, there's a dent in the hood of the shack signage and a crack in the windshield that looks like an ominous triangle, but I'm sure she'll still run. Wow. You try to start up the car, it sputters, but ultimately nothing happens. You feel like crying.
No.
Oh. Well, let's call a tow truck for this unfortunate soul here and forget. I'll take care of it. You're right, it is cheaper to tow it yourself, so get that magnet gun out again. Where are you gonna tow it to? No, Stanley, I'm gonna fix this. What? You fix this mess? I figured out a few alien vehicles in my time. Yeah, he has.
Yep.
This guy. That's like the equivalent of like when I was in Paris. Shut up, Ford.
It's bad enough that he bags. It's worse that he bags accurately.
Nah, you're kidding me? It'll take some sort of miracle worker to bring this baby back to life. And this miracle worker is on vacation. That explains the outfits. Stanley, a moment. I like how they like...
Yeah, they're just like zoot to the side.
Ford and Stanley turn away and you're left to your thoughts. Who could anticipate a car accident like this in the middle of a road trip? You can take care of the car, but how are you going to get home? They run buses out here, right? So you take a bus out of here and then... Seems to be something strange is going on. Ford clears his throat, shifting a little awkwardly in place. Seems like they've finished their talk. So, there are a few options. My brother Stanley here could drive you out of town to find a place to stay for the night. Or you could stay the night here. Where are their children? I would feel a lot better if I saw their children. It's probably not summer.
That is essentially true.
We've got some maps and information you can look at in the gift shop, and in the morning we can help you with your car. What do you say? Just as you're about to answer, another high-pitched voice comes from inside the house. Oh, thank God!
It's amazing how strong that song was.
Grunkle Stan, picture this, a whole week of... Oh gosh! Girl runs out of the house and comes to a halt at the side of your car. My
Oh
mom.
yeah, it's Mabel.
Oh great. Oh guys, my abs. Oh, okay.
What's happening with the abs?
Pilates.
Not the Pilates. I
Are
pay money
bored?
to see Gravity Falls in autumn. It'd be nice. Gravity Fall. Because you know, that's what they call. That's
No,
what they call
I
autumn.
don't understand the joke. Explain it, please.
No.
Well, then that's rude.
Well, that's because you're sarcastic.
I don't think anyone else understood the joke either. I think you should explain it.
No, I don't want to. Why are you putting me on the spot like this? Also, how did the roofing work? Because I saw you put up twice, but I either missed or didn't see it.
Woo!
It's not working as great as I hoped, which is annoying. Anyway, carry on.
Why is it that everyone automatically thinks I'm at fault? You are. It is always his fault.
It's true.
Well, this time it is my fault. But I've invited regular Hex here to stay with us for the night. If she'd like, I'm sure I can fix it. I just have to figure out how. Stanley sighs. I can take a look. Being on vacation's pretty boring. And the old Stanmobile hasn't needed a tune-up yet, so it wouldn't be too bad working on something in the meantime. Thank you, Stanley. I'm sure I can put something together from the gadgets I have laying around if you need any specialized tools to help you with the job. Cool, guys, thanks. Let me introduce myself, because these two old men just rudely ignored me. I'm Mabel. You can ask me anything. I pretty much know everything there is to know about this place. Wait, hold on. I haven't even said anything yet. I appreciate your offer to let me stay. And to repair your car. Yeah, it'll be good as new in my hands. I mean, look, look at my Stanmobile. She's been through the ringer. Who knows how many times, and she's still a beaut. Didn't you fake your death in that car?
Not more than once, surely.
points out a red car parked a distance away. You can't really see how beautiful it is at this distance, but he sounds really confident. Fortuitous. Suspicious. Fortuitous! Free repairs, free lodging, there's no better deal to be found, and if things don't work out, the town probably has some sort of auto repair shop you can head to instead. Well, I accept. Thanks for the help. And my apologies again. What an embarrassment. I must have made such an elementary mistake. As the pines lead you inside the house, Mabel, isn't there a whole Gravity Falls short where Grunkle Stan does capture a passing by person and turn them into one of his exhibits?
Yes, I think so. I remember that. Like, it's all shown from, like, the perspective of the... Yeah.
As the pines lead you inside the house, Mabel leaves her number on your phone for you to call whenever, and you find out Ford's twin goes by Stan. Stan! Just it's the house, but just outside that door is the mystery shack. Hey, you've ever been to the mystery shack before? I wanted to, actually. I saw a bumper sticker while I was on the road and got curious. You're interrupted by a triumphant ha! Those bumper stickers were a good investment. The Sixer says they're too plain and graphically simplistic and don't even have an address on them. But Stanley, how is anyone supposed to find this place to attract customers? Sixer, did you hear that? Well, they are graphically simplistic. I don't know how she found the place there, but I thought, what is the mystery shack? It's compelling. Okay, but for real, if you were out in the world and you didn't know about Gravity Falls and you just saw a sign that said, what is the mystery shack? Or just anything like, what is the Hell House? Or what is the Movie Manor? You'd be like, what is the Movie Manor?
It's true.
I absolutely would find that compelling. Thank you.
I do agree.
Because you'd want to know if the person does the person with the sticker know?
Yeah.
Or do they want to know so badly they got a sticker made in the hopes that someone who does know will see the sticker and tell them?
I feel like I'm imagining that trying to play out, and every time I just imagine like Drax driving by in a car next to it, going with a bumper sticker that says, "Why is the mystery shack?"
I kind of liked it. See, she kind of liked it. Hey, I like you, regular Hicks. How about I give you a tour sometime tomorrow? Regular price. Tomorrow? Then I'll have to squeeze all my get-to-know-you questions in today, regular Hicks. Tell me, capybara, yes or no? No?
What is it? Wait, capybara is an animal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think no.
It's either that or a cocktail.
I think capybara, no.
You want a capybara?
No, they don't live very long and that makes me sad.
Oh.
At the moment, a boy passes in the hallway at the far door and Ford calls out to him. Dipper, my boy, I'm surprised I didn't see you run out to the scene of the crime. Sweep, sweep. Why is he wearing Wendy's hat?
Oh, hell yeah. That's a good question.
Crime? What crime? I have an alibi. Oh, you got someone with you. Hey, I'm not suspicious at all. Did you guys see the car in the side of the shack though? For a second I thought the Manitors were back with a grudge. Ah yes, about that Dipper. Meet regular Hex. I stranded her car by accident. She's staying here for the time being. Sorry, stranded her car here? You crashed it? Yeah. The S in shack fell on it and everything, and the windows are cracked. One window, the windshield. The regular Hex was lucky to make it out alive. She's fine, no injuries thankfully. The magnet gun's rather safe despite never having been tested in a formal setting. What does that mean, like at a ball?
Yeah. Everyone got suits on and things. Makes sense.
Yeesh, did you not, take safety precautions or anything? Actually, the irony of the situation is that I was trying to install a safety precaution. Hey, if you two are gonna do your nerd talk, I'm gonna get regular Hex set up. Mabel, sweetie, why don't you show regular Hex around? Let us stay in, the storage room. That's still empty, right? I'll make it empty!
Hey. Zany Kirby's pops in. Hi, Zany Kirby's.
Hello!
Let's see. Cal said... Oh, Cal explained the joke for me. Thank you, Cal. Also added haha, funny joke. They also say that they haven't seen Gravity Falls in years, so it doesn't really remember any of the references. Relatable.
I rewatched all of it this last month. Except for the last 2 episodes, which I've
And
seen.
Goonmuff is gonna go cook some dinner.
Bye!
Bye, thanks for stopping by. Sweet.
The rest of the day consists of Mabel showing you the storage room you'll be staying in, then the kitchen and the living room and the hallway and the bathroom, and pretty much a comprehensive tour of the mundanities of a regular house. Cool.
Nice.
Eventually you find out that the family is even more extended than you know. The decorative doilies make a lot more sense knowing your grandmother normally lives here, and her grandson, Seuss. Oh, they all live together.
Ah,
The rest of the day consists of Mabel showing you the storage room you'll be staying in, then the kitchen. We already did this. What? Wasn't Zeus. Whatever the name, we look forward to meeting him when he comes to work in the morning. When you go to the attic, Mabel shows you opens the door to reveal Dipper, nose stuck in his book, but you catch him occasionally glancing up at you as he pretends to read. The next member of the family snorts up at you from Mabel's bed, a rotund pink pig, who Mabel declares is her best friend and partner in crime and waddles. The two are a perfect match, right down to the chubby cheeks and boopable noses.
I love Waddles. Waddles is the best character.
And in the evening, though you'd still been in disbelief over the state of your car, a family dinner and after dinner TV marathon you've been invited to made it seem like a normal guest stay rather than a forced circumstance. Returning to the storage room Mabel had shown you earlier, you find an air mattress waiting for you and more pillows and sheets than a summer night warrants. You wake to the weak glare of sunlight streaming in through the small high window in the wall. You can't remember your room having this kind of feature, or any hotel or motel room for that matter. And then yesterday comes crashing back to you. Right, look at the window.
Bam, bam, bam. Oh god.
You glance at the time to see that you've slept into the afternoon. Good God, I would never do that in a stranger's house. Experiencing the accident yesterday must have tired you out. Despite having been assured yesterday evening that you were free to anything in the fridge, you still feel like you're imposing on the Pines family and try preparing as polite a guest breakfast as you can. I would starve.
Relatable.
You wash your dishes in the sink before you leave, and just as you're about to exit the kitchen, you bump into Ford. Excuse me. Oh, ah! I hate this man. Yes, from yesterday, of course. For a solid moment, Ford regards you in awkward silence. Did you fix my car, or? Ford clears his throat. I believe Stanley's taking a look at your car outside if you want to be there for it. You give a nod and make sure to leave for real this time when Ford speaks up again. Please don't speak to me. And regular Hex, I'm sorry again for the accident. If I'd been smarter about, well, let's just say it's entirely my fault and you should worry about it, that's all. Yeah, okay, thanks.
I mean, at least it's being nice about it. Well, sort of nice about it.
Knowing something is your fault isn't the same thing as, learning from it being your fault.
I guess that's true.
When it comes down to it, Stanley does have a knack for cars. I predict he'll be back on the road in a matter of weeks. Weeks! Weeks! You can't keep the dismay of your face. You can't really bring yourself to try to either. What am I gonna do with weeks? I mean, I would just go home. Wouldn't you just go home?
Yeah,
There are buses.
yeah.
You have
There's
friends who
definitely
can
other
come
way.
get you. Ford, who'd gone kind of uncomfortable and closed off when your face fell, recovers at the prospect of a question he can answer. Well, there's the town tour, of course, and the mysteries, Jack. But if you ask me, it all pales in comparison to... Hold on, did you hear that? Ford turns to the kitchen doorway to investigate. Sounds like... Sound comes again, and this time you hear it as well. Squeal of a pig followed by a pair of quick footsteps running down the stairs. Waddles tumbles past the kitchen and doorway, and Mabel comes into view soon after, a few sheets of paper clutched in her hand. Ford steps quickly out of the kitchen and you follow. This is like a whole story.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on.
Getting there just in time to see the apparent tug-of-war between Mabel and her pig over a saliva-covered sheet of paper. The paper rips and nearly toppling backwards for effort, Mabel recovers, snatching the scrap of ripped paper from Waddle's door and lifting both pieces up victorious. Haha! Mabel wins again! Now I just gotta find Grunkle Stan. Ford, who'd run forward and held out a hand steadily to the energetic child when she'd been in danger of toppling over, Now finds a number of crumpled sheets of paper shoved into his hands. Mabel tugs urgently at his coat. Grunkle, fuck! Ward kneels down to face Mabel with a serious, thought-concerned look. I care about this man. I want to get outside and look at my car and the fun Grunkle.
The
So
fun
dumb.
Grunkle. The Grunkle.
Grunkle.
Grunkle Stan.
Nope.
Let's see. How does it all live together, says Carl? Someone named Gary? Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Have you read the horrid fanfic Dipper Goes to Taco Bell? It was the worst. I can imagine many ways that could go terribly, but no. And now I know to avoid it. So that which is nice. What background song is that? I checked it, it's the Seven Sages Dada Woods. This game doesn't have any sound to it, so we've got some lo-fi tunes in the background. I tried to choose Gravity Falls ones, but I think some of other places have slipped through, just so you know. I think it's changed since then though. But it's more lo-fi tunes. Anyway, carry on.
Hello, Megan. Hello, my Megan.
Cute.
Hi.
Sounds like Mario 64. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's on like a nostalgia playlist at the moment.
Sit down, Mabel. What's the matter? Dipper found a stack of pages from your old journals, and I walked in and Waddles ran up and started eating one. He must have been chewing on it to warn me, Grunkle Ford, because look! Mabel takes the half the paper.
Oh, yeah, Gary, you're right. It is Dada Docs. That's what Dada Woods. Docs has a much better ring to it.
What are you doing, nothing? Is this the time?
It's always the time. There are cats come to visit. Don't knock over
Got the mic, got the mic!
Nothing cut.
Oh, bam. Alright. Mabel takes the ripped halves of paper back from Ford's hands and joins them together, holding it up for Ford to see. I see, and you took this as a warning? Yes, it says here that it eats small dogs, and Waddles is a small pig, but he sort of looks like a dog from far away. Waddles must have feared for his life. Waddles seems to second this notion with a snort, or not, as it seems the pig is lounging adorably a short distance away in the hallway. You can't imagine what this dangerous predator should be. Some kind of wolf, something bigger. You're suddenly not so keen on staying anymore. Remember the petrodactyl? I said petrodactyl. Pterodactyl I told you about? Waddles was so scared at the time, I can't let him leave my side.
Hey guys,
Huh?
I did not notice when the pterodactyl went to the bathroom.
Because it was silent B.
Damn it. I mean, I know that you literally just made the joke, but could have played along. Also, I like how black character symbols in the corner there. Like, changes between person to person.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl? Oh, you suppose pigs are allowed in museums around here? How about I finish that repellent I never got around to completing? That'll keep Waddles safe from harm. Mabel flops hard on the floor in relief. Grunkle Ford, you're an actual lifesaver. Waddles, you have nothing to fear. Ford chuckles, lifting himself out of the kneel and standing back up. Alright, I'll go get my recipe. And then they zoot away. Biggie!
Nutmeg must stroke herself on everything.
She likes to lie behind the laptop because of the heat from the fan.
Let's see.
And I'm not sure it's good for the laptop or the cat.
Probably not. Could get cat hair in the laptop, I guess. Or laptop hair in the cat.
Oh, that's the worst case scenario.
It is.
It wouldn't hurt to get to. Oh, Ford turns to leave and you suddenly realize that with nothing better to do for weeks. Why would I agree to stay here for weeks? Don't I have a life?
I mean, to be fair, I find that the rest of the time is about as, upsetting as inside the mystery shack.
But no, but I could just go home. Back to wherever I came from. Weeks. It's like, I assume I have a job to do.
Well, to be fair, based on this game's genre, we're under the conception that you at least have a crush on one of the stands. And that might entice you to stick around.
Not like after 24 hours where I barely saw either of them.
That's true.
And not enough to like risk losing my job or worrying my family.
Maybe you're unemployed and an orphan. I'm just saying.
Then why am I on a road trip?
To escape from your nation.
How do I afford the petrol?
You didn't, you stole it all.
Remind me to tell Grunkle Stan that. Wouldn't hurt to get to know Ford. He seems to know what there is here around town. Anyway, you'll need to not die of boredom in the first week. Or more pressingly, you could go and check on your car and see what Stan's made of it so far. You're not exactly eager to face seeing your car on the side of the house again, though. Sorry, Ford. I wish I could do that to people in real life. Be like, oh, I do not choose you. And they just fly away to the side.
That'd be nice.
After Ford leaves, Mabel rolls away with a pig towards the living room and you head out to the house in search of Stan. The only Grunkle I care about. The mystery shack should only have 4 main sides, but you feel like you've made your rounds past 5 of them before finally seeing your absolute wreck of a car. You swear it looks even worse than it did when you crashed it.
Oh,
It
God.
probably does. Stan stands up forward, his hands on hips, and he looks at a large wooden S that made its indent in the hood of the car. How bad is it? Can't tell you, not until I get this letter up the hood. That S never did like to stay in place. Mystery hack, huh? Look, if you're gonna insult me. Oh, you were reading this side. I'm fixing that later, alright? Just avert your eyes. Don't look at it. Guess we should fix it as soon as possible then. Sounds good to me. Give me a hand, would you? Stan directs you to help him push the wooden S off the car. It stalls a little in its own dent, but with another firm shove, its end meets the ground. Meow. Oh, sorry, with a whump. Stan gives it another push of a grunt and it tips falling completely to the ground with a whump.
Womp.
Now that it's free of its burden, Stan lifts up the dented hood of the car to take a look inside. He hums and haws and rubs hands over his chin in thought, walking over to his toolbox and grabbing a tool before walking back, still assessing the damage. I have no faith in Grunkle Stan's ability to fix a car. Yeah, this one's gonna take a while. You've got parts that need replacing, not to mention she's not gonna look so hot after this. Unless Ford's got them text scrolled away. Got the text scrolled away somewhere that can smooth out these dents. The more he tells you of the situation, the more this all sinks in. You really are stuck here. Dan spots your worried frown. Hey, regular Hex, right? Yes, my name is Regular Hex. I'm a regular Hex.
Just your regular X.
Now with 100% less Red Bull. 98% less Red Bull.
15% less Red Bull.
That's rude.
Well,
No, it's gotta be above 50.
you sure?
85% less Red Bull.
Nah. Doesn't feel that. Just your regular Hex crushing on 2 uncles.
No, just the one.
Alright, that's fair.
Look, I know how this sounds, but with me on the job, you'll be all set and back on the road in no time. Believe it for a second, buddy. You think so? Kid, I know so. I don't think you should call me kid. I've even got a plan to get those replacement parts of yours. Might not be able to clean up all the scuff marks after I'm done, but she'll run. But hey, so maybe you're gonna stay a couple of days. So what? There are worse places to get stranded, believe me. See, a couple of days is genuinely more believable in a scenario of things that would happen. Because
Yeah.
you're already on a road trip that you weren't really enjoying, so you may as well stay wherever your car's needing to be fixed.
That's true.
But weeks!
Yeah, weeks is a bit much.
In fact, I'd even say the Mystery Shack is the best place to get stranded. We've got all tons of stuff for people just passing through. Merchandise, magic, mystery, any other M words. Mayhem, you get the idea. Stan tosses the tool in his hand back in the toolbox, exchanging it for another. He works a while longer in your silence. Metallic clanks and the occasional heavy breath and all that mixes in with the sound of the outdoors. You stand by, awkward, uncomfortable, and a little useless. This is exactly what it feels like to have someone else fix your car.
Actually, yeah, that's about accurate.
The worst thing for me is when a man stops to help me change my tire, which is obviously very, like, it's meant well, like, oh no, we're woman alone, she shouldn't be changing her tire.
Yeah.
But what it actually does is make me feel unsafe because now a strange man is standing with me. Then it makes me feel awkward because he insists on changing the tire even though I know how to do it and can change a tire in under 2 minutes in pitch black in the rain. I've done it.
It's true.
You know. So then you watch this man who stopped to keep you safe, who's making you feel in danger, change your tire badly because you're watching him and you know that you're going to have to pull over somewhere a bit later and fix that he hasn't tightened the nuts properly and the whole... Oh. It's the worst.
Sounds like it. Also, yes, Carl, this is just a great very silence holder. Or maybe that's just what it wants you to think.
Can I help with anything?
Dun, dun.
Know anything about cars? No? Stan straightens, cracks his back, and sits down on stool before leaning casually against the nearest load-bearing surface. First, he wipes his forehead, lets his hand fall to his waist, and gives you an assessing look. How about collages? Tall tales? Improv? Oh, I'm really good at improv. Yeah, I think I can handle that. But what does that have to do with this? You gesture at your stranded car, held in limbo between life and death by nothing other than Stan Pine's car's expertise and a little luck. That means it's dead.
A lot of luck, I tend to think.
Nothing. I was planning on having you help Zeus around the shack. A favor for a favor. What do you say? Well, it's more interesting than helping Ford with his test problem. You accept. Oh, so if my choices in terms of romancing either of these grunkles is that I have to help Ford make a pest repellent or I get to run the mystery shack. Why is this even a discussion?
That's a good point.
Of course I'm gonna run the mystery shack. I was born to run the mystery shack. You follow Stan back into the mystery shack, passing by the showroom and getting a glimpse of an energetic figure leading a flock of tourists through a veritable sea of obviously fabricated oddities. Dreams do come true. You hear the words, and this is the ninth wonder of the world, right in the mystery shack. It's what makes this place world famous, dudes. Stan notices your pace slowing as you listen and tosses an explanation back to you. That's Zeus. During operating hours, he's the mystery shack's one and only Mr. Mystery. I told him he didn't have to keep the shack running while he's on vacation, but the kid's got a passion for the role. You interested in this kind of stuff? I was thinking about going on a tour. I mean, I'm the kind of person who saw a sticker in the wild that said, "What is the mystery shack?" And I was like, what is the mystery shack?
It's a good question.
It feels weird now that you're staying at a tourist trap, though. And you were kind of going to poke fun at the exhibits. Harder to do when you have to live around your tour guide. But this game knows me. It's fine, really. No, I think I want to give you a tour of the place. You'll get one from the founder himself. You ever hear one of my plugs on the radio? You weren't really paying attention to the radio during the drive. Just taking in the Oregon scenery. See this? Yeah, because I was listening to my playlist. Said that earlier. See the signs pointing to this place for over a mile down the road? Again, you were pretty preoccupied with the Oregon scenery, but yes, you did see some signs with question marks on them. That's some vague advertising. That would work on me!
It's guerrilla marketing.
Mix, you're really making me nervous. Buddy. Pal. Nutmeg. Please. Please get down from there.
Step away
Don't
from the
do it.
Wii U.
It's not worth... Don't
Step
do
away
it.
from the Wii U.
You'll never make...
Oh.
Oh, everything shook.
The light flashed before my eyes.
Where now? Where are you gonna go from there, bud?
It's pretty boring. This is a cat on the edge that doesn't play by the rules.
Oh my god. Just seeing what works. Bump stickers, huh? Ha! Still got one on Ford. Anyway, follow me, folks. Well, folk, get ready to be amazed. Follow me, folk.
Folk.
Do you think I'll get to wear the fez when I'm running the mystery shack?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
And with the eye patch. We had lots of labs. Do you think that the Great Fairy Song is not what it appears to be?
It's true.
I thought exactly.
Meow.
It's probably the okay fairy, if anything.
Dan starts leading you back the way you came. You trail behind him, a little skeptical, but definitely curious. Did you say the founder would lead the tour? Is Zeus the founder? Dan laughs. What? No, I'm the founder. I built this place from the ground up. That's not exactly what happened, but okay. Well, metaphorically speaking, I mean, the house was here, the junk was here, but I was the one who spun this place into a wondrous house of mysterious junk. Stan gestures with his arms like he's smoothing out a rainbow. You're not very impressed. Prepare to be amazed. You're still not very impressed, but his energy gets you hoping you'll be amazed anyway. There's a tour group in the showroom right now, so I'll be taking you in a different circle that completely misses them. We're starting in the gift shop.
What?
I was just watching the cat again, sorry.
Oh,
You
okay.
enter the gift shop, a simple room crowded top to bottom with standard tourist souvenirs and merchandise. You see t-shirts with question marks, mugs with question marks, pretty much everything has question marks. Masks.
Question masks.
Question masks.
It sounds like they're planning for COVID.
Womp womp. In one corner of the room stands a lumpy attempt of a statue labeled the founder, recognizable as Stan only by the nose and glasses. This room usually comes after. I butter the customers up who's buying things, but since you're staying a while, I'll have plenty of time to sell you stuff later. You take a look around. If you see an impulse buy, make it. Nothing like trusting your instinct. What should we look at, guys? Found a statue, jar of eyeballs, t-shirts, pine tree hats, employee of every month, pyramid of mugs, freezer full of ice goods, or Aztec calendar.
I feel like stay away from anything in pyramid shape. I've always been curious about that jar of eyeballs, to be honest.
Alright.
Something kind of unnerving about it. Let's see, anyone else got a vote? There might be a bit of a delay as well. Cal says, I'd actually love for someone to only watch the first episode of Gravity Falls and the last episode of Gravity Falls, and then explain what happens during the other episodes. Maybe they'll think that Mabel goes on a longer date with the gnomes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go for the jar of eyeballs. 5.
Yeah. Live your dream.
3.
I got victory by default.
2. 1.
Jar of apples.
Thought we sold this thing years ago. Nah, I forgot to put a price on it. Just has a $sign on it. Stan takes a chalk marker and squeezes in $99.99. Then he goes back and makes it $29.99. Shark got a lot of eyeballs. Anyone else want to see anything else?
Is the founder statue just a statue of Stan Pounds?
Yep. But a really bad statue with bad standpoints. I want to see the pyramid of mugs. I know you're like, don't look at pyramids, and I get you, but also mugs.
Alright.
You can't actually take one out of that stack. I glued them all together way back then. Secret business trick. And you're telling me because no one will ever believe you. Then they'll try it, the whole stack will fall to the floor. You notice that you break it, you buy it sign on the wall.
Devious. Employee of every month? Then it says.
Zeus is always getting the hardest broken in place. It was only natural to hand it over to him. Aztec cat. I absolutely know how to read that thing, and you should buy it. Yeah, I should have asked Mabel to carve it. You gotta admit that every version of me's got a charming smile, though. I'm just thinking all of them. Who doesn't love a good souvenir t-shirt? They're great for layering. That's true. And they've got the character's Mystery Shack question mark on them. What makes it a Mystery Shack question mark and just instead of a regular question mark? You ask too many questions. Or do you? He says the last bit in an exaggerated tone that portrays it as a sales pitch. This guy has no subtlety. How dare you? Just because you're staying over doesn't mean you get to sneak over here for a popsicle. I get to do that, but that's because it used to be my place and I get founder benefits. I also get founder dibs on the pineapple house. I get to do that, but that's because it used to be my place and oh Jesus, he's repeating himself. Old man syndrome. Dippy used to wear one of those. Zeus tells me they sold like hotcakes after Ford tossed his journals into the bottomless pit.
God damn it. I don't even remember that.
You know, I have problems with that being what happens because you could just go get them out of the bottomless pit. It's not a bottomless pit.
Yeah, that's true.
Funny, those events have no correlation.
Doesn't seem like a weird thing to just insert.
I'm gonna just keep clicking and you can tell me if there's more spoilers.
Okay. Hang on. Okay, well this isn't a spoiler. We have a chance to swing by the bottomless pit later. It's a prime spot on every tour because the troublemakers always accidentally trip in and I can't lead them out the tour with them for 20 minutes. Can't lead the tour without them for 20 minutes.
Accidentally.
Cal says, we love ourselves some good business trip.
Sure. I'm kidding. Should have seen the look on your face. I would do that though. It's not bottomless. He's fine. Well, I think you hear the tour group heading out of the showroom anyway.
Cal says that he loved the episode of the bottomless pit.
Yeah. Now, most tourists don't appreciate nature's artistic genius. By which I mean my artistic genius. Because I remembered you're going to help me out today. You don't think up money made you wonder like the Sasquatch by having a boring 9-to-5 office job. You think it up when you wonder, why hasn't anyone found the Sasquatch? Could it be that its name has been mispronounced the whole time? Maggie, why is your face right by the microphone? This is not your podcast.
Not Meg's podcast. Can't nail that.
Rubbing her face on the mic.
Not Meg, no. It is not a chin scratcher.
Oh, my God. You don't think I've money making. Sorry. Already did that. Anyway, just let me know when you select up enough inspiration from this room, because you're going to need it and use it right after. Now I'm just staring at Grunkle Stan.
Ah,
Is something going to happen?
take it all in, X. Take it all in.
Is something going to happen? Should I push the A button again?
I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be like some kind of tune playing or something.
Doesn't he look slightly squint?
Just a little bit. I don't know, it looks like he'd look at you, but you're off to the left, to the right. Because it looks like he's looking right at me. And it's kind of weird.
It's
if
a
I'm
picture
quite
of me
honest.
with Grunkle Stan.
Okay. Because there's this beautiful man. But I need to get myself in.
It's outside in the laundry with a torch on.
Okay. Ah. Memories.
Ooh. Well, I feel like I've soaked in the ambience enough. Alright,
Okay.
come on, you gotta see what makes the mystery shack instead of just a shack. We're making another attractive showroom. Oh, what?
Carl said this is the gameplay we've been waiting for. Staring at a Grunkle.
It's true.
Staring over Stans.
You follow Stan through the living room to the kitchenette, where stuffing and animal parts are strewn across the surface as you left. Stan, when did this happen? Stan pulls out a thick needle. Stan's been outside with my car the whole time, or with me. So who's been fucking with the stuffed animals since I made breakfast?
I don't know. Zeus? Should I say?
And as an afterthought adds a couple of nails and a hammer to the pile. It seems a little unsavory speeding right across from the fridge. It has the potential to look almost gruesome, but we're so oddly cartoonish. He steps up to the workplace and pulls out the googly eyes that have been glued all over the lifeless glassy ones. Typical taxidermy. Mabel's contributions to the craft project remaining firmly intact. Huh. This is what I get for letting Mabel bring her stash of scrapbook supplies. It's one more thing to add to the backstory. Backstory? But you don't really think tourists are dumb enough to believe that the thing you're selling them is what you tell them just like that, do you?
He's really letting in all of his secrets, isn't he?
Because if you are, apparently I live here now.
That's true. Sadly.
Because if you do, you'll set to do business in Gravity Falls. Anywhere else though, customs take a little more work. See, every good piece comes with some kind of story. Or if you're Poindexter, some kind of lore. Horror stories work pretty well, because that's enough suggestion people can always find ways to spook themselves. Done it for years, it's kind of an art. Stan appears nonchalant, but you can see a quiet pride within him. Quiet pride.
No such thing. He's got loud pride all the time.
Ooh, sounds easy, sounds hard. It's flattering. That's why I'm here, to make sure you do it right. You're still doing all the work though. Well, that's fair. You said you've done this for years? Always had a knack for it, even when I was a kid. Sure, there was a little learning curve involved, and I've had a few unhappy customers over the years. What? Here? Sounds fake.
Never.
Stan pauses, seeing me ruinous. The mixed smile grimace on his face tells me he's probably had many, many unhappy customers. But mostly I've run great business on telling lies and stories. You're learning from a true master, kid.
I'm guessing the game that's being streamed isn't Gravity Falls Mystery Shack Attack. It is not. It is. There are only 2 Gravity Falls games listed on Twitch. Neither of them is this one. But, like, I know the Mystery Shack. What? Gravity Falls Mysteries of the Known Gemulets, or whatever you call it. And the 3DS game the same. So I figured this was the closest thing. That's all I had.
Us, I've always wanted to date Grunkle Stan.
It's true.
Dreams do come true.
Ooh, did the hour work? I think the hour might have actually worked. I heard an hour.
Ah. So why don't you run this place anymore? So you work like you're still part of this place. What was the original version of the shack? Let's get to the showpiece already. Wow! She's not usually like this.
Right.
Meow.
Probably just concerned about you because I don't think she's ever seen you do this. Oh wait, no, she would have.
Yeah, she was part of the streaming before we stopped.
Yeah.
She just wasn't as entitled and bullshit now. Full grown and grumpy and pleased with herself. Vision, make money. What other vision do you need? But over the years, sure, I do some mystery line for advertising. Who isn't curious? Who doesn't want to be amazed? Kids are the most skeptical of the bunch though, let me tell you. Once they hit about 8 or 9, they love trying to prove it's all fake. Then they get older and realize there's nothing good left in the world unless you pretend there is, and everyone pretends along with you because they're all desperate. Jesus, Stan.
Yeah, that took some sad times.
Wait, you better read this. It might be a spoilsies.
Stan's good.
No, don't read it out loud. What's the point of that?
Well, that's an spoilsies. I'm gonna read the bits that aren't. No, okay, go next. spoil. I'm trying to say go next. Press A.
Oh, it is a
You
spoiler.
Dumbass.
Well, you said no, it's okay, go next. So I was like, I can read it.
That's why I said go next, not read it out. Oh god, it's me. That's weird. The YouTube chat isn't updating with Max's. Definitely in the chat. Maybe I have the wrong chat open. Hang on.
I'm gonna get another beer.
Okay.
If Max is there, tell her that I found a beer that only has 88 calories and it's craft beer. It's actually good.
I don't need to tell her, you just told her.
Well, tell her anyway.
Hang on, I need to find the right YouTube video. I wonder how many people I missed in the YouTube chat because the wrong one was loaded. There we go. Alex, did someone say craft beer? She did. And she'll probably tell us more about it when she gets back. Oh, there
Not
we go.
much to tell us, just a light beer, but it doesn't seem from the alcohol, it only seems from the calories. Which in my advanced age is what you want from your beer.
Fair enough.
Remember kids, drinking is wrong.
It's true. Terms and conditions apply. Okay, next one. Okay, next one. Choose the second option.
Yep.
Oh, this is getting tough. Trying to avoid spoilers while navigating you through this.
Well, Miss, I wish answer.
Well, like, I think the top one will probably be more to his liking, but might also more likely lead to spoilers.
It's fine, I just want to read them. I just want to read them.
You won't read them.
Yeah, you'll read them.
Okay, choose the top one then, but wait,
Alright,
it should
I'll
have got selected. Go up. There you go. Oh, this is the blind leading the blind.
Chemish A.
Okay, you can press A. I think we're nearing the end of it. Okay, I think this one's safe, so I'm going to read out loud for you. I don't know if the next one is. Stan turns his attention back to the workspace, and you notice once more the daunting selection of items left on the table. It's not the number, but the variety that makes you unsure of how you're going to craft something out of this. Animations are so cute, says Max. How big is your budget that you can casually burn chairs? Look, Larkison Labs does what it has to, okay? Yeah, I don't know what you can do about this stuff, surprise me. Stan walks off the side to, you guess, and do some work on his own. I'm glad he's not going to watch you the whole way through. Okay, I think you're probably safe then. How are you going to approach this?
Piece together as many matching parts as you can bind. Piece together as many disparate parts as you can bind. Keep things a nice mix of matched and mismatched. Matched and mismatched.
Nice.
How should you keep these parts attached? Use some hand touching and really tie the stuff all together. Use a stapler, it's faster. Hammer and nails, obviously. No, I would sew those taxidermy animal pieces together so nicely for this strange man. Add sculpted details, color in some of the fur to accent the googly eyes. Just Hey Stan, I'm finished. Good enough. Damn good enough. I have to get a picture of some.
Hex says that she thinks the worse it looks, the better. Also, what does NGL stand for?
No idea.
Well, Cal says that's sus NGL.
Not gonna lie.
No, that makes sense. Max is also going, Stan, good enough. Stan,
Stan picks a disturbing creation of gingerly. So what's the story here? Give it to me. How do you want to approach this? More fact than fiction, more fiction than fact. Just have fun with it.
yeah, have fun with it.
This is the fist working. A fish, squirrel, chicken. Stan nods appraisingly. Sounds like you've got the hang of this. Alright, this thing's about to close. It's about as close to show ready as it'll get. Wait here a sec. After a few minutes, you hear footsteps return and he comes into the room with 2 cans of cola. Dan sets one down on the dining table, and condensation is starting to slowly drip onto the table surface. He waves you over to join him, and you slide into the seat across from him. Nothing like a cold one to finish up the day. Cheers. Why magic you fit cola?
Because it's the Disney Channel. And you can't drink alcohol.
You want to tell me Grunkle Stan's not drinking beer?
It's probably just new labels the bottle, so it doesn't look family unfriendly indoors, you know?
He picks up his can, gesturing towards you with it as he leans leisurely back in his chair, and you watch as he takes a sip. It's a nice looking sip, and now you're staring. Well, that's a weird sentence.
Yeah.
Everything about what I just read is strange to me.
This is gonna be the weird fourth part.
Just watching a creepy old man drink a drink a can of fake cola. Awesome.
As they do. You know, he kind of looks like a car from Up. If he's shaved, you know? And with
white
short
men
and
look
square.
the same, I guess. Pull over your own can and pop it open. So, got any questions for me? Talking tends to ease me into a new place. Might do the same for you. It's the showroom already seemed full when I saw it earlier. Why make more? Tourists love variety. Put up a sign advertising a new attraction and they'll come pouring through the doors. When I started this place, I didn't think I'd, like making these. It used to be just another thing that made money. Now I'm stuck with it. Guess 30-something years of routine will do that to a man. He's so old. Stan sounds gruff. Stan sounds gruff.
There you go.
But it's a fun gruffness. Sixer says keeping familiar habits helps too, so I kept it up. You think I could sell some of these as art pieces? Absolutely not. Assume that was a rhetorical question. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be like,
Stan is silent in another moment and seems to answer his own question with himself. Because the conversation turns back to you.
staring into the distance.
So tell me about it.
Dan laughs nervously. There might be spoilties here. What is this, the first date? You said to... I'm now embarrassed for him.
Hang on. Carl says the context for this game is like you're a random person whose car broke down and I have to stay at a shack with a creepy old man.
Yeah.
His brother, the 2 children, and you just fall in love with the one old man. Although you don't know them at all, and you also had to help them at work. Yeah. Unpaid labor.
Mm-hmm.
And you impressed them with a chicken fish squid.
It's,
Squirrel.
Stockholm Syndrome at its finest.
Very short term Stockholm Syndrome. Well, pants, Stan pants.
Imagine, I'm gonna do this, like,
Okay.
imagine me, a town darling, used to be proprietor of the Mystery Shack. He pauses and stays paused. You give an expectant look that wants him to continue, and you clear his throat, nervous. What, you were serious? I don't get this often. This is the longest I can get people to listen to me is when I'm telling something. Even then, it's tough luck. That's so funny. That's so sad. And actually really true if you think about it.
Yeah.
Nobody ever listens to Stan. Oh, Stan.
Cow read Phineas instead of Pans. Oh, that's a fun crossover.
The last time someone listened to me, they tried to eat me. Can you believe that? I barely got much meat left on me. I was talking about that spider woman.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. He thought he was having a nice date and she tried to eat him. And keep going. Can't just end it there. Stan gives an uncertain smile which becomes a full-on grin and he laughs. Alright, I'll tell you. So you see there was this irresistible thing called revenge. Stan tells you a tale of a road trip, a mountain full of mummies, and a woman who was clearly a spider. I'm sorry, secretly a spider. Listen, watch the show episode. She was clearly a spider. You don't believe a word of it, but you find yourself enjoying it anyway. Stan knows how to hold his audience in decent suspense, and he seems to light up whenever you laugh at the right parts, grinning along with you. See, I'm a well-trained listener.
You did good.
Thanks.
You did good.
I'm very confident. Before today, you've never even heard of Mr. Mystery before, but now you feel like you're really seeing something special here. One-on-one with the man himself. The Stan of Mystery.
Hey.
Should I ask him about his brother?
I guess.
He loves his family.
He does.
I'll ask him and then you can check through and see if there's any spoilers. There you go.
Okay. Shall I read the parts that are safe?
No, I don't care about forward.
Okay.
Although you can read them for the audience, I suppose.
You mean trying to fix what broke and ended up making trouble? Nah, he was the good twin growing up. You were the troublemaker, I can tell.
That's rude.
Stan laughs. You have no idea.
Dun dun dun.
I can ask about his past. Should I do that?
Yeah, why not?
It's probably gonna just have him ask about, like, when they were kids, maybe. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yo, hi. Welcome.
Hello.
Been a while. Hope you keeping well.
Yeah.
Okay, about his past. You're really interested in me, huh? Or do you ask everyone these kind of questions?
I ask everyone these kind of questions. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so not that I'm mainly interested in you one.
Ah,
That's literally...
no, I hate dating simulators. They're so cringy. I agree with you.
I don't know, especially since you haven't seen the end of this yet.
You know what? Fine. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna win it. I'm mainly interested in you. Alright. Ever heard of smuggling puns?
That's a good lead on. I approve.
He is the notorious pun smuggler.
It's true.
Oh no, it's asking me again. I just lived through this.
Maybe you're pressing like a B button or something
No, I'm
sometimes?
pushing A. Yeah, no, I mean, I have, but that's because I
Yeah,
love
but
Gravity Falls.
Has Hex. Regular Hex, rather.
Regular Hex, no, she hasn't.
Yeah. Max says, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from having to flirt with Grunkle Stan.
Yeah, imagine being us.
Yep.
The brother-sister team that's flirting with Grunkle Stan. That's because everyone in this business is good at keeping secrets. Really good. Oh, no, it's not going to tell me about Punch Money.
Oh. I will never figure it out.
So why am I telling you now? I'm out of the business. I don't care. This absolutely isn't so that if the authorities question you, you'll give false information that leads me off my trail. Right. Downloads you up with false information that may or may not contain kernels of truth within them. It's surprisingly hard to tell whether the crazier parts are embellishments or the real deal. So I'm not gonna know about pug smuggling even now.
That's good.
I'm just not gonna read some of this out loud. Well, regular eggs, you did good for your first try. If you feel like helping me around again sometime and returning the favor on the car, you let me know. I mean, I don't know if you fixing my car is a favor, because my car is only broken because of your family. You know?
Yeah.
You nod and Stan gets up to leave when you remember something. Wait, I still owe you the price of admission, right? For the tour earlier. Why would I give this old man money?
Don't know, you broke your car.
I don't make good choices.
You do not.
Nah, don't worry about it. Gives me something to hold over you if I need it. Okay. He says that and leaves, but from what little I've seen of him, you feel like Stan's not really the type to hold that over you, at least not for anything serious. Tourist trap may have more to offer than you thought. Hectic. Love meter. Call the caterers. I hear a wedding bell.
Ah, Mabel.
Looks like this is actually gonna work out. I love it. Oh, don't look at it.
Oh, that's sweet. So yes, it has been a really long time. It has. Pretty much a year now. I've got used to cringy flirting visual novels because I've played so many of them since Cal. You're a veteran.
I've never played any of them.
Oh, the PTSD you must incur. Max says, oh, he turned down the money? He must like you.
Hectic.
Says it's amazing that you remember how to say my name after how long you've been away. I do until I think about it and then I mess it up. So, just go with it and question nothing, okay? Question nothing.
You awake to a loud crash downstairs, not entirely uncommon in this house, quickly finding out, but still disconcerting. Walk ladders and thumb feeds in your kitchen where Mabel teaches on a short step ladder in front of the pantry. Standing on her tiptoes, she reaches as high as she can for a small yellow box on the top shelf. Pancake mix. Oh, pancakes.
Are you about to get pancakes?
No, not.
Not?
Regular hexes.
I mean, you
Cool
are...
hex doesn't get pancakes.
Cool Hex
I'll
also
see
doesn't have
if
to marry a
you
Grunkle at the end of this
sometimes.
though, so... Sorry, what is it?
I'm sleeping again. Oh, here we go. More ladders and thumbs. Yeah, there we go. Without a word, you go to her side, pluck a box from the shelf forward, place it in her outstretched hand. Oh, regular hits, thank you. Grunkle Stan put it on the top shelf for some reason, but I want, no need, some Mabel cakes. It's a breakfast emergency. She raggles her 3 fingers in your face, and you can't help but laugh. You can tell the house becomes more alive when the kids are around. Wanna help me make them? We only need chocolate milk, coffee, pink food coloring, and pot of gold to make this breakfast dream become a reality. Oh, I'm sick.
Is pot of gold just Lucky Charms, you think?
I guess. There's this. Oh, actually, I'm not even going to talk about it because it's all so disgusting.
Oh?
This is a breakfast meal.
Go on.
One of the members of BTS makes whenever they're at a buffet, and it's always like, look how good it is! And I'm just like, oh, it's so awful.
What is it?
It's French toast
Uh?
with strawberry jam,
Okay.
scrambled eggs,
No.
bacon, and maple syrup. And then you hold it by the 2 corners so that it folds up like a taco, and then you eat it like that. And I'm so sad that I know that and that I've now talked about it publicly. And that I will one day try it.
Mm-mm. I'll have like it unassembled and I'll just add in the normal pieces myself.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Everyone that he's got to try it has really liked it.
Let's see, hang on. Yeah, he wants to know how we're doing. I'm doing good. Settled into the new place. Cal says I want a horror movie of Gravity Falls. Isn't that pretty much that episode where everyone gets turned into wood?
No, that's a nice story.
I found it pretty horrifying. Didn't like the head mount, like the animal and the head mounts start bleeding or something.
I don't think they were bleeding.
I know they were bleeding on one of them. It's engraved into my memory. I don't know.
I don't either. delicious as that sounds, you're inclined to ask where the coffee comes in from next, and you realize this house is suspiciously quiet. Wanna help me make them? We only need chocolate milk coffee pig. Oh. Where is everybody? Oh, Grunkle Stan needed stuff for your car, so he went to go get makey takey stuff for that. And I think Grunkle Ford's somewhere.
Oh no. I have to spend time with Grunkle Ford.
Ugh! You heard the abominable bro man was trying to steal soda from campus, so he went to help him out. Yep, that's where he went. Totally knew that. So I left you guys to make breakfast on your own. You don't know the family well enough to know this is commonplace. The idea of leaving 2 teenagers alone to fend for themselves seems fine if one of the teenagers wasn't Mabel anyway. You still don't know how coffee fits into her Mabel cakes. Now you don't really want to know. Dipper attempts to hide the pancake mix from Mabel while she's grabbing the chocolate milk from the fridge. Apparently he doesn't want to find out either. Well, he knows. Mabel, while your Mabel cakes sound absolutely fine, why don't we... Quick thinking of something so you don't hurt her feelings. Go out for breakfast.
Probably better than Dipper, can you cook?
Is there someone we can go out and get breakfast? We should really save the Mabel cakes till your great uncles get back. I know they wouldn't want to miss them. What a mean thing to do to someone.
I'll say.
But I want to perfect my recipe. I have to get better at cooking and baking stuff so I can survive out there in the world. What if in high school I'll have to bake stuff and people are better than me? Mabel looks very agitated, tugging at her hair with both hands. If I can't make the perfect maple cakes, I'll never be on Bad Dreams dining. I gotta impress Gerald Rambo in regular Hex. It's my destiny. This is so funny because Ari's been watching like nothing but Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell.
Oh yeah?
Like, and so in Spanish, so people talk about Gordon Ramsay a lot to me these days. Which is great because I love Gordon Ramsay.
So this all comes from basic truths.
So we can't go out for dinner? Oh. Dipper, can you cook?
Oh god. I feel like this will go badly.
Maybe Dipper can help me make something different. We should save the Mabel cakes for another day. A more special day.
Good saying.
But regular Hex. Mabel's still standing on the step ladder. I would have just let her make them. None of these are choices that I would make. I would have just been like, yeah, I'm not eating them though.
Yeah, but like, this game doesn't want you to die, you know? So it's giving you the options that will let you live.
Every day with Mabel cakes. You glance at Dipper. Please help me and I'll buy you breakfast. Face. You hope he understands. Yeah, Mabel, I know you want to cook more since you're becoming an adult. Sure, but don't you think Grunkle Stan and Uncle Ford should be here to try them too, and not just me, again? Mabel hops off the step ladder and ponders her brother's question lips first. Eventually she nods, beaming at you both. You're right, Dipper, I can't deny them that experience. You give Dipper a thankful smile over Mabel's head as she puts the ingredients back in the refrigerator. Why am I hanging out with 2 teenagers right now?
I have no idea. Because you can. You gotta get to know them, you know? Get to know the kids so you can impress the Grunkle, I guess.
That's clever now you think about it. Great plus uncle makes Grunkle. Saves time on the syllables. Okay, so I'm genuinely stupid in this scenario. It makes sense. A lot of the choices I've made add up.
To be fair, have they already used the word Grunkle yet? Because like, you know, Grunkle Stan wouldn't use it on himself.
Yeah, but Mabel talks to her Grunkles multiple times.
That's true.
We should go to Greasy's. They have some of the best pancakes there with like 3 different kinds of syrup if you ask Lady Susan nicely. Yeah. It's not super far, let's go.
Oh god, Lady Susan's your competition in this sex.
No. Remember, Stan went out with Lazy Susan and then she was really weird and he just ghosted her.
Oh yeah.
Do you not remember the canon? Do you not know the Gravity Falls canon? The canon, Joe? The canon of Grunkle Stan? Because I do.
Oops. I forgot. I only remembered like the first half of that episode.
He eventually goes out with her and then he's like, oh, this was a huge mistake. The kids are about to head out of the kitchen when you realize something. Wait, aren't you going to leave a note for your Grunkles about where we're going? Alright, good call. Dipper scribbles out a note for Stan and Ford and sticks it on the front door of the shack with one of Mabel's stickers. The kids lead the way towards the town, explaining various landmarks and the wild, wonderful stories attached to them along the way. And this is where we saw those two ghosty old people. In the convenience store? Strange, but you nod regardless. Maybe she just meant they were so old they looked like ghosts.
Nope.
Pippa points out the diner in the distance, a long-shaped building atop a train cart, and the tree of you. Yeah, I can't read anymore. The three of you hid inside.
The tree of you.
You soon realize that the kids know just about everyone in this town. Several people, young and old, wave at them as the three of you find a table, and you get the feeling that they're almost famous in Gravity Falls, though you're not entirely sure why. They're pretty cute though. Mabel blows the paper wrapper off her straw at Daphne's face, and he retaliates by swatting her with the laminated menu. Adorable. An elderly woman in pastel pink waitress dress comes up to the table and you catch the name on her tag, Susan. Hiya, kid!
Wow.
And stranger!
Yeah.
What can I get for you?
I'm actually scared.
That's the best I can do. I'm not keeping it up.
It's been a long time since I've watched it, but
It's not
I imagine
accurate at all.
I imagine that's exactly what you told me.
Not accurate at all. I don't do impressions well. Pancakes and all three syrups for me, please, Lazy Susan. Same for me, actually. Lazy Susan turns to you, notepad in hand.
What you gonna do? I go for waffles. No one said anything about waffles.
I love waffles.
So do I. Yeah,
Coming right up, sweetie. Lazy Susan winks with her good eye, of course, and heads to the back of the diner. The wait for your food to arrive feels longer here than most, mainly due to Mabel and Dipper using this time to interrogate you. At first it's somewhat intimidating. You literally crashed into their house and started hanging out with their great uncle, so they had a lot of questions. Once the rational fear of two 13-year-olds fades out, so this does take place for sure after the series then.
Yeah. Dang it. Sorry, X.
That's fine, I knew they were going to turn 13.
I mean...
Like, that's what causes Weird Mageddon.
That's true.
This is the genuine panic of turning 13, which I remember clearly. I remember it clear as day. I remember being like, oh no.
Yeah. I wasn't looking forward to it much either. But now it's fun, because I'm so 12 and a half.
True.
Cass says, why not order everything? Because that's exactly what they would have had at home if we hadn't gotten out of there. Once again, they give you the options that let you live.
So you were stranded on a desert island with no boat, no cheating. What would you take with you? While Dippers are more careful and calculated. What were you doing before you came here? School, work, both, neither? God, I hope it's not school, otherwise this is a really inappropriate game.
How much fun would it be if it was revealed, like, that you're some kind of cryptid or something?
I think that you definitely are. Why else would your name be Normal Person?
That's true.
Why would you only blink twice when a flashlight was being shone directly in your eyes?
Should blink more than that. What? What?
You immediately know which Grunkle each twin takes after. Stan and Mabel, goofy partners in crime versus the quiet brainiacs Ford and Dipper. How dare you? It's an intriguing contrast, especially now that you're thrown into the middle of the brunch. But as the twins race to see which syrup bottle drips into their mouth the fastest, Dipper's blueberry syrup beats Mabel's classic maple by half a millisecond, you swear on it. Disgusting. You know that these kids do a lot more for their great uncles than just be cute counterparts. And here we go. Enjoy, kiddos. Let me know if you need anything else. Everyone call me a kid. I've been called a kid in so long.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shock.
I'm old.
Not old. You're just vintage.
How dare you?
Well, you know.
Lady Susan gives out the respective plates and the kids go quiet, shoveling down their food like they've never been fed before. Between mouthfuls you get a few more questions about yourself and your theories on aliens versus which member of M Synchronized was your favorite.
Oh, hey Ben.
Ah! But the table is near silent as the three of you eat. That is until Mabel speaks up to a mouthful of pancakes. So regular Hex! If in a totally made up and not real situation you had to pick who your favorite was, who'd you pick? Grunkle Stan or Grunkle Ford? I always have an answer for this.
Yeah.
This seems too planned compared to her other cutesy question. Dipper elbows her sister not so subtly as she elbows him right back, wide eyes staring at him in a sibling-linked look you can't decipher. I am stupid in this. Like, say you're in a movie, like one of those weird movies Grunkle Stan watches on TV with the ladies in poofy dresses riding horses. Do you see? He watches Regency period pieces just like me.
Ah.
Awful specific, but you let her continue. Taking another bite of your food. You're the main character of this movie, and you got two guys who are both madly in love with you. This one doesn't mess around with getting right to the point.
Yeah,
huh?
no kidding.
But you could only marry one of them, so you could be next in line for the throne. What would you do? If Grunkle Stan and Grunkle Floyd were your choices, who would you go with? Mabel, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, really weird. And kind of gross.
Dipper gets
Come on, Dipper, this is important information. It's vital to my research. What research? None of your business. Yet, but I'm still gathering other research. Mabel leans towards Dipper's ear to whisper, waggling her brows at you before she replies. And not a whisper, but quite the opposite. Research into how you're a huge nerd! With that, Mabel catapults a spoonful of melted butter from atop her pancakes onto Dipper's cheek, with a very satisfying flap. Dipper jerks in disgust but retaliates by smearing strawberry syrup onto Mabel's nose. Why do they have all these things? Is it because of my waffles? Who has strawberry
guess
syrup
so.
to put on their pancakes?
Do you think maybe if we hadn't like given them the arsenal, they'd have a much more like clean breakfast / argument?
Archie, I know.
For argument. No, that can't.
Ew, gross.
Never mind.
You're gross. There's no vitriol between the twins, but lots of giggles and a few various food missiles. Eventually, syrup streaks Mabel's cheekbone and some of her hair, and Dipper has a small piece of pancake stuck to his face. You guys are dorks. Maybe you're right, we're twins, so it's adorable. If you say so, Mabel. Wait, quick, regular Hex, take a picture of us while Dipper's got pancake on his face. What? He wipes quickly at his face after several passes get it off. Oh, I was trying to be more candid pictures of us. Mabel, you have syrup everywhere. Really? Ugh, that would have been the perfect photo. Yeah, let me get it, your hands are sticky enough. You get back with a napkin in hand and try to wipe some of the syrup off Mabel's cheeks. I would never do this. Why would I touch a sticky child that I'm not related to and not obligated to touch?
Sacrifice you gotta make to get your stand, guys. Hicks. Dang it.
Dang it!
Dang it. Ben wants to know what the fuck is going on here.
I'm gonna marry an old man.
Yeah, Hicks is trying to marry an old man.
Mostly because I want to own the mystery shack.
Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls. It's dating sim. It is very bad in numbers dating sim so far. As far as I can tell. Cal says, wait, from whose family sides are the Grunkles from anyway? The dad's family side or the mom's family side?
I think it must be the dad's because the twins have the surname Pines as well.
Yeah, that's true. I remember they did mention it in the like backstory thing.
So, yeah, no, see, it's confusing because they had a much younger baby sister.
Okay.
Right, the mom had the baby sister like right when the brothers had their falling out.
Yeah.
And they are that baby sister's kids. So I don't know why they all have the surname Pines.
Maybe she kept it.
Maybe.
It's possible. Hex, where's the syrup? All over Mabel.
All over Mabel.
Yep.
Stan, that's one word for it, kid. Hey!
Hey.
Oh, it's both of them.
Oh god.
I was so excited.
I'm not.
We wondered where you went once we came back to the suspiciously quiet house. If you weren't for Dipper's note, we would have been worried. Sixer would have been worried. I try telling you kids pull this kind of stuff all the time. Heading out unannounced, putting stress on your poor old Grunkle's heart. He puts a hand over his heart dramatically. All those missing hours of unpaid child labor. Actually, that note wasn't me. Well, I wrote it, but regular Hex is the one who said we should so that you would know where we were. Both Ward and Stan turn to look at you, surprised. Surprised that I'm a responsible adult. Well, not an unusual reaction. Really? Ticket those two knuckleheads dragged you here. Why not make breakfast at home? This place is at least 15 minutes walk from the shack. Well, You glance at Dipper, swiping his fingers across Mabel's cheek and licking the blueberry syrup ball. Gross.
That's alarmingly.
Gross. Mabel has pancake in her mouth, chewing on it like a grazing sheep. I wanted to treat them to something, I guess. It's the least I could do. You're letting me stay with you and fixing my car. I thought since you were gone, I'd take these two out for a change. Also, Mabel was gonna make Mabel cakes again. Just mad you can't even make toast right. Why, yes, I can. I burned it one time. One time. Dipper holds his syrup-tipped finger in the air, indignant. Well, Mabel wanted you guys to enjoy her Mabel cakes too, and since there wasn't much food, I figured I'd take them out. Ford asks Mabel about her creation, wondering how much extra caffeine one could gain from adding instant coffee to the concoction. But Stan stays quiet. You catch him out the corner of your eye. He's staring at you. A lopsided smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. Ugh! Ah! God, I hate dating simulators. I hate them. I hate them.
Yeah, that's not really what you want.
Deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah. I guess this is why Alex made it like, what, how far in? 10
Oh,
minutes?
it's even funnier if Alex Hirsch played this because he voices Grunkle Stan.
Does he voice him?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
he voices like a number of the characters on the show.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, they got a different voice actor in for Ford, but Alex Hirsch voices Grunkle Stan.
Nice.
Thanks, regular Hex. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, no problem at all. You smile warmly. I refuse to read some of these out loud, actually. Nope, I'm done.
Hey.
Mabel throws a theatrical wink your way. You're not sure why, because you're an idiot. Well, kid, if you're paying, scoop over Dipper and want breakfast too. That's fucking rude. Unbelievable. Stanley, it's at least 12:30 now. Grunkle Ford, that means it's time for brunch. Duh. Brunch is like 10:30 to 12ish. I think once you've hit 12, you're having
Yeah,
lunch.
I guess it depends on one's internal talk.
Sound off in the comments. Let us know what time brunch is.
Tweet to the hashtag wins brunch.
Who are you gonna take for brunch?
What?
What?
Is it hash?
Oh,
Tweet
I
to the
thought you
hashtag
said if
wins
you
brunch.
tweet to the hashtag, you win brunch.
No.
Because when you say win, it sounds exactly the same as when you say win.
Well, I don't know. Windows. That's what I've got.
Windows.
Wensleydale.
Over the next few days, you continue to help out around the Mystery Shack. Not out of obligation, because you have nothing better to do. Besides, Seuss, practically the golden retriever of people, is really digging the input on the current installments from an outsider's perspective. Bless his soul, the guy even offered you a job. If you end up stranded here forever, dude, and need to make a life for yourself. Stan nearly chokes on his ice pop as he overheard. Thinking about it now, the relationship between Zeus and Stan is unexpected, if not a little odd, but it makes you smile that no matter how many times Stan may roll his eyes as he does it, he always helps Zeus get something done just right.
See, X is gonna date Grunkle Stan, have a major sore tooth. Ow.
Sorry.
Congratulations on its military status, though.
Yeah, that's an achievement of note.
Yep. Always
Major
knew,
sore tooth.
always knew Hex liked older men. I still have a chance. Ben, I don't think you're older. And no, you definitely don't have a chance.
I don't like older men as per rule. Actually, I mean, who doesn't like Grunkle Stan? Only freaks and weirdos.
Weirdly, they're also the only ones that do like Grunkle Stan.
What's your points? Showered and dressed, you go outside as per usual, but don't see anyone. After a few minutes of search, you find Stan standing with his back to you in one of the exhibit rooms, admiring the weird and wonderful animal amalgamates he's collected for his tourist trap. Hand at his chin in thought. Am I interrupting something important between you and the goose turkey? Sorry. Dan turns around at the sound of your voice, smiling. I think it's gonna start getting weird now. I don't know if I can keep playing. I really don't know.
Gotta push on for 15 more minutes. 10 a.m.
Nope. You need something?
Oh, you're gonna ask him now?
Straight up.
Oh, Dad.
Even though I live in his house now.
Oh, Dad.
Do you have plans tonight? He mulls your question over for a few moments, giving you an assessing look up and down. That's rude. I've got a couple of errands to run. Why, do you want to tag along?
If this gets PG, I'm gonna download the video. And then I'll upload it.
What does that mean?
It means, you know, like and dislike.
What?
Well, way to shut me down, Joe. I'm a brother, what do you expect?
Well, you've never stood up for me before, ever.
I had. Usually you're quicker to do it yourself.
Well, I was startled because I'm pretty sure I'm older than Ben.
I think so. And Charles says
Hi.
Crunch is like 10 or 11 a.m.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, dang. Okay, so you've got a number of options here.
Yeah, sure, sounds like fun. Only if you need a partner in crime. Depends on what kind of errands you've got in mind. Actually, I was going to see if Ford is up to today.
That'll be a dick move. Just go ahead.
Hey, got any plans this evening? Cool, we'll have fun with that. I'm going to hang out with your brother,
Yeah.
who we both hate. Dan blinks in surprise. Oh, I think that was too forward. Ha! What are you, psychic? Wait, really? It's just a figure of speech. But you should have known better. It looks like I'm about to commit crime. Be gay, do crimes. Alright, I'm heading out in a couple of hours. Meet me up in front. Couple of hours? No buts, regular hedge. You can't rush the stuff. Trust me. I think we're gonna smuggle pugs.
Good. Good
Okay,
no
no,
good.
not ominous at all, Dan. Yeah, meet me out front if you think you can handle it. I was born to smuggle pugs. I can't stand them.
Didn't you need to not smuggle pugs then?
Oh,
Aren't you
and
making more pugs in the vicinity?
no, I'm just getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're black, something you don't mind getting dirty. Before you can ask why, he's gone into the depths of the shack.
Ben says, I'm 30 right now, I'm old. Well,
Okay? We're all old. I have it on good authority that I am an old soul, thus making me even older.
unless you worked overtime. I'd lie.
It's true.
Let's see.
I'm just watching TV.
Oh. That's nice.
Once you've had enough of waiting, you change into your darkest clothes and sit out on the front steps of the shack waiting as the sun starts to sink past the trees. It's cloudy and unusually warm for this kind of day, but there's a nice breeze out. It's strange that these errands need to happen so late in the day, considering the things you've gathered about his criminal past. However, maybe this is a typical weekday night for Stan. He put on a darker shirt even.
Oh, Dad. This is the dark and edgy Stan you never knew.
They say he's dressed all in black, but everything he's wearing is brown. Between door creaks and out comes Stan, dressed all in black, just like you are, with a lumpy duffel bag under one arm and a briefcase in the other hand. As he's about to speak, a sudden gust of wind comes along and ruffles his hair, and he smooths it down irritatedly before regaining his cool and nodding at you. Ready? Ready. You slide into the passenger seat as Stan settles into the driver's seat. It takes a couple of tries to start, but the engine's chugging away by the time you've got your seatbelt on. The radio stammers to life as the engine does, spitting out generic-sounding rock music into the leather-scented air of the car's interior. Wow. Did you know the Stanmobile had leather seats?
I did not.
Neither did I. After a moment spent adjusting mirrors and fiddling with knobs, which I don't understand why he has to do because he's the only person who drives this car, Stan slots the gears into shift and drive.
He's proud of it.
Gear shift into drive. Oh, it's an automatic. That's weird. And pulls out of the mystery shack's lock and down the road to town. Hectic. Animation.
Oh, dang. And looks serious, too.
That nose does not work in profile.
He looks kind of like a Muppet.
He does. Oh my god, that reminds me of a meme that Clinton sent me. And it was the most mean meme I've ever read. Hold up.
Okay.
Let me just find it.
Sure. I'll read the comments in the meantime. Carl says this. Says that now gonna be a date or like, yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a date. Or a smuggling operation. Could go either way.
Can be both.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Carl says damn. Vince says why. Carl says according to my sister, you're supposedly dead now. Vince says tell his sister I'll fight her. My sister's asleep, so I can't do that. You could just leave a note.
Ben wants to fight you because he said 30 is dead. I don't know, man, I'm dead. I'm attracted to men with Muppet energy, and no, I won't be explaining.
That Carl watched the Happy Time Murders. I'm still really glad I did not watch that.
That's scarred me for life, and you did watch it. We saw it on the big screen.
You saw it on the big screen, I didn't.
Who would I have gone to with that? With it's not you.
I don't know, but it was definitely somebody other than me.
Who did I see that movie with if it wasn't you? I mean, it was still funny because it's Muppets,
Yeah.
but it was also upsetting. Someone posted a list of movies on Facebook that deserve Muppet remakes. Changed my life. When am I getting Muppets Pride and Prejudice? That'd be the best movie ever made.
That actually would be amazing.
Radio's on and Stan taps his fingers on the steering wheel to the beat of music while he drives. So I take it we're not making a quick trip for milk and eggs. He laughs and glances over at you. I am now going to, I'm going to stop reading out loud. Nope.
No, anything you say?
No, look how romantic. It's sunset. No, we're driving straight into cringy danger. Cranger, if you will.
Cringer.
First stop to see a buddy of mine, a hunter. I get all my taxidermy supplies from him. It's a weird hobby, but I support it.
You think this is going one way, then taxidermy comes in and goes another.
I just figured you got them from a local farm or something. You do business with those hippies? Not a shot. Good God.
See, Ben says, shall wake her and smack her. Good God, Ben.
We don't stand violence against women. We here at Larkison Labs are against gender-based violence. As all people should be.
Especially over the age of 30. Like, why fight over an age?
Anyway, you're only as old as you feel.
And sometimes I feel 65.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I'm 312.
Let's see, I'm preparing popcorn, well, depending where you live, it's either pretty far away or pretty close. In my case, might as well leave a note. I'm in bed, where are you? What?
That's one way to talk about it. No, it really takes a lot of skill. You have a real gift for us.
Not gender-based, it's age-based. Still,
Hitting on an old man.
it's a pun.
Well, thanks. Quite sweet, really.
Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies? You enjoy swindling people and watching period drama pieces. Also called Chains for Old Man Monthly.
Like one major thing I remember about this show.
Oh, they got the boat going?
Oh, that.
Yeah! The Stano War.
Classic.
I used to box. I'm not gonna say it shows. I know that's what you're supposed to say, but I don't think I would never. I cannot.
I thought it meant because his face is kind of.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
supposed to
like-
mean because he had like. They always describe them, particularly in Georgian hair novels and stuff, as people who are like old retired boxers. They describe them as having still a very like muscular build, but it's like become old manish.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought it was more because like he has a big red nose, like punch in the face. That kind of thing.
I'm gonna say really. I wouldn't mind showing you a few things if you wanted. Hell yeah, Grunkle Stan, teach me to box. That's a real class that I would take.
That's cool. Grunkle Stan boxing. Maybe they'll test out a Nazi. Like in the series of artwork that people have drawn of Grunkle Stan fighting Nazis.
I fully support Grunkle Stan fighting Nazis. Of course, I support anyone fighting Nazis, but why?
I don't know. I think like
Isn't he too old? I mean, no, too young.
it was during a time of relevance. Because, you know, there was the whole, like, alt-right scare that happened, like...
What are you talking about, Joe? That's ongoing.
Oh, okay, yes, but there's a moment where, like, it was all over the news and stuff, where it's like...
Still all over the news. You just don't read the news.
Yeah, but, like, it had moments of dying down a bit. I was during one of those areas where, like, someone drew a picture of Grunkle
It was
Stan
probably right
punching
after that Nazi got punched.
Probably.
There was a time when punching Nazis was very fashionable. Now it's just fun.
It can be fun.
True trends never die. I like bats. After about 20 minutes of rural scenery, Stan pulls off the road into a long gravel driveway that disappears into the woods. Is this the place? This is where he murders me. Stan nods and rounds a turn to reveal a clearing populated by trailer home and a couple of sheds. The trailer is a bit run down and shabby, and one of the sheds looks like it's about a strong sneeze away from collapsing. Not really the place you want to be at night while alone with the guy you practically just met that you invited yourself out with and then spent the whole car ride aggressively complimenting.
It's true.
Be honest, did you bring me here to murder me? Ah, banter. Classic banter. Dan laughs, cutting the engine and resting his arm on the back of the front seat. Yes, I did. Unfortunately, you figured it out tonight. Definitely gotta kill you. Old-fashioned flirting. I'm kidding, kid. Relax. Oh, I just assumed I was gonna get murdered. The millennial's dream. To be murdered by Grunkle Stan. Of course, I'm just kidding is exactly what a murderer would say. He moves to get out of the car, then turns back with a creepy blank expression on his face. Or am I? Classic. You chuckle nervously, and he laughs again, pushing the door open. This is like when I take my friends to the cemetery.
But yeah, except you haven't, like, locked the door and then driven away yet.
I didn't drive far away.
You started reversing it now.
I drove like 5 meters away. You can still see the scratch marks on the car today.
It's
Seriously, I'm kidding, won't be long. You chuckle nervously and you laugh again, pushing the door open. Seriously, I'm okay. I've had a stroke.
stroke of genius.
The door shuts fast. Oh no, there's a pile of bones in this trailer park. You pull out your phones and look at it instead. 10 minutes later, it stands there carrying a large cardboard box with both hands. You see him fumble with the handle of the rear door for a moment before you reach back in the seat and pop it open for him. A peek in the box reveals various shades of furry somethings and an animal skull you don't recognize. This does seem like something worth busting out your darkest duds for. This doesn't seem, sorry.
What happened to those bugs?
We're not pug smuggling.
You
I just hoped we were pug smuggling. He's picking up taxidermy parts to make more exhibits for the shack. Did you pay attention to my love life?
I remember taxidermy, but I didn't put two and two together.
Back on the road. Well, who knows where the night's gonna take us. Could be legal, could not. That a problem? Yeah, I'm not gonna break the law for some weird old man. Can we swing by a jeweler? I need a watch.
Nice.
Ha! You're a riot, kid. Look at his weird face. Oh, Grunkle Stan. Stan takes the highway, the final minutes of the sunset's burnt orange. But it was nighttime a second ago. I'm so confused. fingers get back to tapping. 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 In the retreating light, you can see faded patches on the rim of the steering wheel, the colour worn away from decades worth of his touch. Ugh, gross. The passenger seat you sit in hasn't yet taken on the shape of someone specific. Even after all this time, the springs feel brand new, which doesn't make sense because there are always people in the front of the car.
That is true. There always has to be. Otherwise the car doesn't go anywhere.
She meant the passenger. You know what? I'm gonna explain it to you. The seat fits him like a well-tailored jacket.
Ooh. Next, are you doing taxes? I need to know mine. I don't know if you've ever done taxes.
This will be the first year I have to do my taxes properly.
Nice. I'll just use text him. But last year you kind of ripped me off, so I'm not so sure anymore.
Text him betrayed you?
Yeah. They gave me like 400 grand.
Well, you could probably make that up this year.
Hopefully. I'm holding thumbs.
When am I supposed to do my tax?
I don't know. I normally wind up doing, I think I submit the initial things probably now-ish. I usually wind up doing my tax returns in September now, or August, right?
Huh. But I think maybe he was trying to make a joke about taxidermy.
Ah.
Then we just talked about taxes.
No. It says that I mean, are you doing taxes? Our tax people suck. You have tax people.
What would I do if I'd been sitting in awkward silence with an old man for 10 minutes? I would definitely tell a joke.
Yeah, me. Relatable. Oh no, you get to choose a joke?
I'm definitely going for the graveyard one. Why are there fences around graveyards? Dan glances over to you, double checking that it's a setup for a joke. Imagine I was just asking that. Like we've just been sitting and I'm like, what? Fences around graveyards.
Just like a genuine morbid fear.
Like I've just always wanted to know. And you seem close to death, so you can I don't know why. Because people are dying to get in. Stan laughs. Ha, that's pretty good. Thanks. I had no idea what the joke was going to be when I started it.
Me neither.
He thinks for a minute, presumably to come up with a joke of his own. Alright, a blonde walks into a bank in New York City. Oh no, this isn't going to be one of those awful blondes are dumb jokes, is it? He levels a withering look at you. Wow. Can I tell the joke? I don't know, can you? I'm not reading these things out loud. Anyway, the blonde walks into a bank in New York. She goes up to the bank manager and she said, I'd like to take out a loan of $5,000. I'm taking a vacation overseas. The car passes you on the highway going 20 over the speed limit. And Stan swears and then stifles it. Why? Let's all swear. Night drivers. The bank manager goes, well, miss, do you have collateral? We need collateral for that kind of loan. And she nods and says she does. So she takes the bank manager out to the parking lot where she's got the $50,000 Ferrari waiting. And she said, this is my car. You can hold on to it until I pay back my loan. Stan continues, glancing over at you and trying to suppress a smile. Bank manager's confused, but he figures if this lady doesn't pay, he's going to have a nasty Ferrari in his garage. So he agrees. Not how banks work.
Yeah.
A sign for the exit ahead points off to the right, and it takes you in Country Road 328, and Stan takes it off the highway. So he gives this blonde her 5 Gs, and she hands him the keys to her car, and she heads off to Europe. A month later, she shows back up at the bank with the 5 Gs and interest for the loan, which figures out to about $15. Okay.
Okay.
Stan continues turning down an unlit gravel road, the headlights casting spooky shadows through the trees.
This is a very complicated joke.
The bank manager takes the repayment for the loan and the interest and has one of his employees bring the car out in front of the bank for the blonde. Out ahead on the road, a deer turns its face to the car and then leaps across the road to disappear into the woods. Just before she leaves, the bank manager stops the blonde and says, lady, I'm real confused here. You clearly loaded enough to afford this car and you paid back the entire loan and then some. Why did you take out a loan if you're so rich? And the lady turns to him, I already know the answer to this, runs a hand through her hair and says, where else can I park my car in New York City for 2 weeks that's only $15?
Okay,
It's funny.
that is good. Not really a dumb blonde then.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah,
He threw you off by saying she was blonde.
I see.
You burst into wild laughter and he laughs. Well, I don't know if I would wildly laugh at that joke. Alright, I take it back. That's one of the best blonde jokes I've heard in my life. I would never say that. Just as you finish speaking, Stan pulls off the side of the road and the engine dies. As you step out of the car, the unearthly silence of the woods envelops the two of you. Out in the woods ahead, you see a single bright light. Oh. Is this the place? Just about. I'm gonna just say that to people when we stop at places now.
Just about.
No, I'm gonna be like, is this the place? And they'll be like, what? You follow him towards the truck, which he opens quietly and slowly, frowning as it squeaks. What are we doing here? You might not guess it looking at me, but I got a thing.
Thing?
The two of you stare at each other for a moment and he looks a little nervous. For art. What? Well, this chump up this hill here is won by this artist, Gustav Tuning. Snuck it from right out under me at an auction. I've been trying to buy it off him for years, but the jerk won't sell no matter how much I offer him. And trust me, you meet this guy, you know it's out of spite. So we're stealing it? You got it, kid! Well, you should try to buy it first.
Yeah.
Exactly! Stan laughed quietly, fishing around in the duffel bag. Would I help a strange old man I only just met steal art?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least once.
Can't believe it hasn't happened to me already.
Like, you kind of got to take those golden opportunities, you know?
Wait till you see it. It's a masterpiece. I've been waiting 6 months for him to go out of town. Here, take these. He pulls out a pair of gloves from the bags, handing them to you. No, yes.
Yeah, hand in.
Wow, contact lens.
You're safe. Okay.
When you slide them on, they fit almost perfectly, like a glove. I guess your size, right? That's weird that he has multiple sizes of gloves.
Yeah.
She agrees.
Thank you, deflating cat.
I love my baby. I love my baby.
Even cow would expect nothing less.
Ah, no, don't bite me. Why? You nod, wiggling your fingers. Stan chuckles, putting a pair of his own. And a set of black leather driving gloves with silver snap closures that glint. Why would you have shiny things on your gloves when you're stealing somewhere? You ready, kid? You bet. Stan tucks a few things into the inner pocket of his jacket that you can't see in the low light. And with the trunk shut just as quietly as it was opened, you follow him up into the woods towards the distant light. We're gonna rob an old man.
Yeah. Cal says, can we get a nutmeg update picture? Just want to see the cat. Let's can send one through.
Oh, no, don't bite. No bites. No bite.
I gotta move the mic again, don't I?
Bad,
Yeah,
no bites, no bites. As you near it, the porch takes shape with its light glow. Behind it, the dark shape of the house sits in an even darker woods. Stan leads you past the front porch and around the corner of the house to a set of stairs that appears to lead into the basement. Ah, this is my favorite part. He withdraws a small black shape from his pocket and something that looks like it might be a pen. The pen-shaped thing turns into a small flashlight and holds it in his teeth as he opens the black case to reveal a set of lock-picking tools. What a badass!
Thanks, son.
You're a lucky person, kid. You get to see this artist in action. He gets to work inserting one tool in and wiggling it down off the keyhole and pulling out another and poking at the innards with a lock with it.
Oh, hi, Charles here.
Shaw!
Hey, Charles. How goes?
Me and Grunkle Stan are gonna rob someone.
Yeah,
It's romantic.
it's a good first date.
Actually, it is. I would be fine with that. I'd be like, oh, we're robbing someone?
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair, he did try to buy the painting first.
That's true. Do you think it's that picture of that sad clown and what's the name? Gillian's house? I remember that he really liked that picture of the sad clown.
That was so cool. Why would anyone like pictures of sad clowns?
We did a D&D stay with the original crowd.
Way!
Nice. I think that explains the rolling on the Discord. I got the notifications. And I was alarmed and confused, but overall, pretty darn okay.
It's my moo moo. Who's my moo doop doop?
The cat fetting segment.
He beams with pride and he smiles politely as he steps through the door in front of him. At least I'm polite.
So,
The basement is unlit. It smells like dust and mildew. The air sour with wet dirt and mold. Stan moves past you in the dark. His little pin flashlight still lit and leads him through a cobwebby laundry room and towards a door across from the bottom set of a rickety wooden stairs. Wait until you see this, kid. He picks the lock of this door just as quickly as he picked the lock. And the door creaks open into a room with odd flooring barely lit by Stan's flashlight. Stan goes first, and as you follow him in, he hits this light switch. Not worried about being caught at all. Revealing a beautifully designed gallery with plush scarlet carpets and gleaming wood panels full of paintings of sad
I
clowns.
called it!
I hate clowns. Why?
Charles says, yes, that was us. She probably knew this. I was gonna, but then I thought maybe I'd see some random out of context D&D moment, so I held on to it. Also, hello. Cat probably says hello. Oh, there you go.
My moo. Stan looks more excited than you've seen him yet. His arms crossed over his chest and a warm smile on his face. Does he really love clown paintings? How do I have no memory of this?
I just remember him being really impressed by that one clown painting. That's all I've got to go on.
It might be, I haven't watched all the shorts that aren't part of the storyline.
That's true.
Because there's lots of behind, side stories. I haven't watched a lot.
But it is also not unlike fanfic creators to see one thing that a character likes and then make that their.
I don't think
whole
that
world.
it is canon that Stan Pines collects paintings of sad clowns. I can't imagine him sinking that much money into something.
Yeah, but this is very well written otherwise.
Yes. No, because you wouldn't have enough, Gravity Falls is a kids show. There's a lot there for adults. That's one of my favorite self-referencing jokes in Gravity Falls, actually, is when Grunkle Stan is defending the fact that he watches Duck Detective to his brother.
Yeah.
He's like, Duck Detective's a kids show. And Grunkle Stan's like, that's not true. There are a lot of jokes that are specifically designed for adults that only adults could get. And I'm sitting here watching Gravity Falls and I'm like, I see you, Alex Hirsch. That's from the D&D episode, which is, by the way, one of the single funniest episodes out of all of them. What is it? Twist your cap back and roll the dice. Don't mess with the wizard, because the wizard ain't nice.
Dang, he rocked it.
Ah, so funny. Can you believe that this hillbilly chump has a collection like this? You shake your head slowly, still looking around the room with wide eyes. Someday all of these are going to be mine. Why don't we just take all of them now?
I misread cat. Charles said also hello cow, and I read that as hello cat.
Oh, so then you made me out of for no reason.
Sorry cow. I need to rewatch Gravity Falls. And
Someday all of these are going to be mine. Come on, I'll show you the one we're here to get. He follows to the back of the room and he stops to put a large painting of a clown with bright red lips and blue circles on his cheeks, his eyes outlined in black, comically large eyelashes painted on his eyelids. His neck ruff droops sadly and his costume is dingy and worn. What do you think? I hate it.
you can be honest probably, but when we make that little Mabel hand-drawn Grunkle Stan me to go down a little bit maybe.
Right.
Or it could be like in Wallace and Gromit where Wallace really likes that one lady and then discovers that she hates cheese. And then he just has nothing to do with her ever.
Oh my god.
Completely ghosts her. It could go either way.
I said I was gonna be honest.
That's true. You might appreciate that.
Kind of niche thing, sure. Sorry. I upset Grunkle Stan.
Ah, no,
Tell that I hurt his feelings.
if he was upset, like, he would have been, like, you know, more vocal about it, I feel like.
Oh, I've just been grabbed by my shoulder.
Oh,
Boo! Ah! You scream, I shut in fear as you throw a weak karate chop at this woman. This is not how I would react in any of this situation.
it would be a much stronger karate chop.
Making unimpressive contact with something solid and muscular. After a moment's panic, you squeeze whatever the thing is with your hands and open your eyes, finding a bicep. Great. What's that supposed to hurt me? Stab, arm, and shoulder. Boy, he's really packing some heat in there. Wow. Wow.
Charles says, I love the great Uncle Grunkle. I want to be someone's granty. But I feel like that's just how the plot of Practical Magic started.
Oh man, that's a good life to aim for.
Yeah.
He laughs, apparently very pleased with himself and scaring the absolute life out of here. You need these boxing tips even more than I thought. You couldn't defend yourself from a fly with moves like that. Oh, I think I accidentally mixed back.
That's okay.
You laugh shakily and then you realize you're still feeling up Stan's arm. Cool. Sorry about that. You pull your hand away a bit too fast and he chuckles, blushing all the way up to his ears. I'm gonna have to stop reading out loud. Even after I insulted his clown painting,
Apparently.
art can still be powerful even if you find it creepy.
That's true.
Like that's the point of art, is that it evokes powerful emotion.
Yeah, it's just a different
It have
kind
to
of
be a
powerful.
good, powerful emotion.
Yeah. The opposite of love is indifference.
Thanks for that.
Thank you. I think it's the Lumineers.
Yep.
Yeah.
He clears his throat and the silence between you begins to grow awkward before it's interrupted. Upstairs, in what's supposed to be an empty house, you hear footsteps crossing towards the door to the basement. Maybe you shouldn't have scared me enough that I screamed loudly, alerting everyone to our presence. Dan apparently hears them too. A sudden series of expressions crossing his face from shock to confusion to terror and finally settling on indignation. That's very mean. Quickly takes you by the arm, whispering harshly in your ear as he drags you towards the entrance of the clown room. As soon as he comes in here, shut the door and I'll shove these boxes in front. You nod and just stare, and just as a line of light from the top of the stairs blooms into a wide floor. Wow, some really nice writing in this. You and Stan duck behind a wall near the door to freedom, one corner of the stolen painting poking uncomfortably in the ribs.
Ben's gonna go. Says, see you in the morning, Hex. See you tomorrow, Joe. That's Robin. Okay.
What?
Guess Ben is coming a long way.
What?
Bye. Today, philosophy with Lark. Yeah. Philosophy. Philosophy. I like to think it works.
Yeah. Who's down there? Zippered feet come down the wooden steps ahead of you, and when the owner notices the lights on, he holds something long and gun-shaped out in front of himself. Pines, if that's you, I swear to God, I'm really gonna shoot you this time. Gun-shaped? Gun-shaped? Gun? Stan nudges you, jabbing a thumb towards the door leading outside, and jerks his head towards it. You take a step up from behind the wall. Take Stan's hand in your own and pull him into a jog and then run, and the two of you scrambling up the concrete steps out into the cool night air as a voice shouts and swears behind you. Stan kicks the door shut on his way out and there's a startled yelp behind you as it makes contact with the owner of the house. There's more swearing, but you lose it as you run, flashlight in one hand, Stan's hand in the other. How did I get the flashlight? A lot of questions here.
You probably took it when you're feeling his guns up.
I'm sure.
Charles also on their way out.
What time is it? Because I think once we escape this clown collector.
Yeah, it's
When you reach
10:22.
the tree line, you pass and maneuver your way through the bushes and brambles, Stan crushing through them behind you. As you run, a deafening gunshot goes off behind you, and you realize that you're being chased. Holy smokes, run for it, regular Hex! The noises get closer, close enough that you can hear your pursuer swearing continually and loudly. It's me, I'm chasing me.
Hey,
Me chasing me.
let's
You
see.
slow but flashing your light behind you. You raise the beam to find the distant but visibly enraged face of a man with a rifle in his hand. Acting on pure instinct, you fling the flashlight in the direction of the angry man and take off running again. After a moment, the man cries out, and the sound of pursuit fades with one final cry. Jesus, how hard did I throw that flashlight? Damn you, Pines! Stan cackles. Sounds like you hit him. You reach the Stanmobile first, sliding into the passenger seat as Stan slips his new Swooning into the back seat.
Yeah, I mean, I get it now.
Before joining in front, both of you panting and huffing. Stan hurriedly starts the engine and pulls off.
Okay, let's see. It appears. Oh, wait. Imagine after all this, Stan turns you down. Probably a pound.
Just because I did it like a clown painting.
Cal says it appears that I'm the only one remaining unless someone is lurking. With this report now, you could have the winner win a chicken dinner. It's kind of sad that I
I don't know what you're talking about.
actually, I might even have it wrong, in which case that's sadder.
Everything about you is bad. But anyway, I think we can probably call it a night here too. We escaped certain death.
I feel like it's gonna round off quite shortly to like the whole rating.
Okay, but if I have to read something embarrassing out loud, I'm gonna be mad about it.
Okay.
After the next driveway, he does the fastest 3-point turn you've ever seen in your life, and then peels off down a gravel road and screeches out onto the highway. Oh, there you go.
I think you just save. Put the save button or something.
Oh, right.
But you can say it, might as well. Oh, I see. So you select little things at the bottom there. Maybe that's how it happened.
Yeah, makes sense. Stan's quiet for a second before letting loose into wild, triumphant laughter. I thought he was gonna catch me that time for sure. Did an old man just shoot at us? Oh, I added old. Stan nods, still chuckling, apparently pretty pleased he didn't get hit. He lets out a long, loud sigh, his white knuckle hands at 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. Yeah, that was holy moly. You okay, regular Hex?
Yeah.
Looks like you're gonna stay strong. Also, Abby Poison says, well, we'll stand strip. Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Hi, Abby.
Hi.
And also, yeah, pretty much sums it up.
I'm not playing this again. He pulls back onto the highway, back in the direction you came from, and you lapse into comfortable silence. After a while, he starts humming along with the radio, and knowing the song of the time, you hung along with him. Aww.
Aw.
Just a couple of dorks. Gravity Falls welcome sign passes by again, but the route Stan's taking doesn't seem to lead back to the shack. Oh my god, maybe we are gonna smuggle pugs. Instead, you come to a stop outside the rows and rows of cars. A car dealership. Stan slides out of the car, withdrawing something from his pocket, and with the rest of his jacket, once you get out and around the front bumper, you can see that it's a cigar.
Stan smokes?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but
Mind if I smoke?
I don't know, the fact that they were purposefully drinking cola earlier made me feel like they weren't gonna.
I'm sure that I've seen him with a cigar in the show, or maybe it just seems like such a natural thing to happen.
Yeah, it's true.
Thanks, I don't like smoking around the kids, you know. I'm already a bad enough influence. He chuckles and withdraws a pack of matches from his pocket. He doesn't. Not only does he smokes like it's 60 years ago.
Nice.
From your place a ways down the road, Stan surveys the lots, eyes sweeping back and forth until they land on what looks like a fuse box under the dark overhang of the roof on the far side of the car dealership. What are we doing now? How many cars do you think we're gonna steal?
All of them.
What are we getting? New drive belts and spark plugs, a couple of other things I can't remember the name of, ain't worth explaining. It won't take all night though, right? He shakes his head, taking a long drag from his cigar, smoke rolling off his lips and into the night. Deep.
That's a.
Good writing, team. You lean back against the front bumper of the car next to... What? See, I thought this whole game was gonna be a joke.
But no.
But it's dreadfully earnest.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on and it's being pretty serious about it.
Hectic. So how are we doing this? We gotta get rid of the lights. I doubt Bud ever... Oh yes, we're robbing Bud. I'm on board, man. I felt bad about this until I remembered who owns the Gravity Falls car dealership.
Here's Bud again, but it's
Little
Bud
Gideon's father.
Okay, yeah.
So we can cut the power, find the car, the same make and model as yours, and I'll dig out the parts for your car needs an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half tops. I can get the lights. Stan turns his head and looks at you, waving away a fresh cloud of smoke as he accidentally exhales in your direction. Fucking rude.
Oh, by the way, it's
What?
something I've got to show you. If you do get tired of reading, there's another option.
Can we get one of those auto voice thingies to do it?
It's in the game. Travis next?
Self-voicing. Stan, you sure?
Yeah, it's supposed to work. It's supposed to work. Oh well.
Yeah. I got it.
We got it.
I think I probably know how to turn the power off to a whole area.
Probably.
The two of you stand there in silence for a few more minutes
Oh,
before he
maybe
bends
it's because
down
there's
and
missing
grinds
voice
his
pack.
cigar cold on the asphalt,
Maybe.
straightening with a
Dang it.
groan and a huff of quiet laughter.
You could have had a cool robot voice.
Stan. Self-voicing the same.
Starting to remember why I quit doing this kind of thing. You sure you're alright with this kid? You know, robbing the place. That's very nice of him to ask. But I've come this far. You don't think I can do it? No, that's not it. You've been keeping up with me just fine all night. You just don't seem like you have a lot of experience here. That's rude.
It is wrong.
I'm nervous, but I can do it. He smiles, a warm and genuine expression that ignites something fuzzy and soft inside you. Gross! Ah! Gross. You don't notice you're staring until he turns away and moves towards the trunk. Great, awesome, fantastic. This isn't gonna end until we've robbed this car, please.
I'm pretty sure. Do you want to save it here and call it a night?
Alright, you go over there and take care of the lights. I got a few things to get together. You crouch down behind the fence, and when you reach the lot, scrambling on the shadows until you reach the dealership's main building. With a peek over the edge, you see that the wall of the building is cast in shadow from a poorly placed streetlight. Another peek and you spot the car, the same make as yours, off to the back of the lot, near a sign that says discount section, big deal. Well, that's hurtful. It takes an embarrassing amount of effort to get over the fence, but you manage it to press yourself flat against the wall. To be fair, it is actually quite difficult to climb a fence if you don't do it often.
Yeah, that's fair. Carl says the plan just to get married to Sam and then take her from Mr. Jack.
That's the dream.
That's the long game.
Flip a bunch of switches. Flip the biggest switch. Just rip some wires out.
I guess the ladder's probably the clearest solution. Right? I don't know.
No, man, you flip the biggest switch.
Oh. Okay.
'Cause that's the earth
Well,
switch.
you do you and I'll do me.
See, the entire property goes black. Yeah, if you ripped about a bunch of wires out by hand, you'd electrocute yourself.
And still take out the power.
True.
I'm just sacrificial like that.
I walked into 3 separate cars trying to find my way back to Stan.
Makes sense.
Where you at, kid? The voice isn't far away, but it isn't close either. You feel your way around an SUV. In a sedan? This is all just an excuse for me to grope an old man again.
Oh god.
The gravel in the parking lot crunches under your feet, and you reflexively stare down at the ground ahead of you as your eyes slowly adjust to the darkness. Out ahead of you, a flashlight turns on and scans the lot until it finds you. Found you! He sounds amused, probably at the way you're standing with your arms spread wide over a sleek modern sports car. Getting familiar with the merchandise, yeah? You give the car an awkward pat and make your way towards the beginning of the flashlight beam. You see anything that's the same make as yours before you shut the lights off? Yeah, there's one at the back of the discount section. It's kind of insulting now you think about it, actually. He hands you the flashlight, and when you reach him, you start slowly back towards the discount cars. Discount. Your car is a classic. It's usually extremely reliable. To be perfectly honest, it's not even your fault that it's in the state it was in. It was Ford and his... whatever it is. Your deep and salty thoughts. When a hand suddenly grips your ribs on either side. No! Why do people keep touching me?
Isn't it the same guy each time?
Yes,
Stan?
I think it's always Stan. You think he's trying to make that fucking joke again? Gotcha! Ah! Ah! scream and throw back an elbow at whatever, but I swear to God, if he's just done the same thing, he probably fucking has.
Yeah, so there should have been a bomb somewhere. I don't know, that's just my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
You hear Stan yelp and fall in a clatter of kicked gravel and metal clanking together. He's scared. Again! Joe. Again.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Why?
I know that I've used several of my
The
tricks.
last time, what it did was alert the person we were robbing to the fact that we were robbing. And he's just done it again. Oh wow, I really got you that time. Holy smokes, kid. Oh no, he's bleeding. Yeah, I deserve that one. Oh shit, I didn't mean, I'm really sorry. Oh, you're allowed to swear in this.
Hey,
No, I'll be alright, just help me up. You turn the still flashlight in your back pocket for a moment, reach down and finding his hand in the dark to pull him up. Once he's on his feet, you retrieve the flashlight from your pocket as you bring the beam up to Stan's face. You find him holding a handkerchief over his nose and squinting. See guys, an elbow to the nose. How it works.
oh great, now he's going to eject you over not liking cards. And you're breaking his nose.
Fair enough. I think the clowns was the deal breaker.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. I mean, he can respect the nose thing. He's a boxer. He used to box. Could have been funny if the car blew up. Would have really, like, added the intensity. Like, we can't do gunfire again, can they?
I really don't think that Bud would shoot us. He
No.
might set demons on us.
I don't know. Like, Bud wasn't the one that did demons. It was the son, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still.
Hmm. See? He's okay. He used to box. He can take like a champ.
Okay, well, I think we're just gonna rob a car now, so I'm gonna save here.
It seemed so close to the end earlier. No.
Crime spree.
Okay, so it's probably near the end then. Like you probably go to third place.
Yeah. 3 really implies multiple crimes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming along on this wild ride.
Yeah, it was fun. And to be fair, I could see a lot of this being the actual Gravity Falls episode. Were it not for the like.
Rom-com-y aspects of it.
Yeah. Good.
It is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
If I wasn't deeply uncomfortable with any kind of human interaction, I'd enjoyed it a lot more.
Thanks for sticking with us, everyone.
Hooray! Larkison laughs.
Okay.
Laughs!
Alright.
That makes sense. Goodbye.
Yeah. Alright, good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Have a good week.
Always says Cal. Not Cal.
Bye, Cal.
Cal is left. Yay, blocks and labs. Hey,
Yes.
it's 2 years. Alright. Good night.
Woo.